Ready to do one last
Hey, what's up,
slow.
everybody? Welcome to My Taste in Music Sucks, the podcast where every week myself, Keith Miller, and Christopher Icon sit down, talk about music, talk about an album that we feel people have overlooked, or some of our friends feel people have overlooked, or people who listen to the podcast feel people have overlooked. It's kind of turned into a whole thing, man. So this week we checked out an album by the band Seven Degrees from Center. What was the album called?
Um, Catalog debris.
Catalog Debris. And I really, really liked this album, man. For an
I did
album
too.
that I went into totally cold, not knowing what to expect, this worked out well for me, man. So
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. The reason that I went with this album or suggested it or whatever is because
yeah,
my buddy Nate told me that this is an album that meant a lot to him. And we
right,
did Shun for Me and then Brother
brother
Meat for
Meat.
You.
Yeah, man.
And I've known Nate for a long time. He's one of the best people I know. We have a lot of things in common. So I was like, all
Yeah,
right. And they're from Indianapolis, this band. I'm pretty sure they've long since split up. I don't have
sure,
much information on them,
sure.
but like you were saying, it's a really pleasant surprise.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, before we get into any of the tracks, I guess I kind of want to give my impressions overall of the
Okay.
album, even though we usually do that at the end. Just kind of why I like the whole thing. It's post-hardcore. I mean, and which is a genre that I like. And the guitars and the drums, the time signature changes are very math rocky. Um, and the lyrics are very emo without emo style music, I suppose.
Right.
It's a really good mix of a lot of stuff that I like. So yeah, I just wanted to start off with that.
Yeah, I
And
agree. I was pleasantly surprised. I never know because
yeah,
just how eclectic my buddy Nate's taste is.
right,
So I was like, all right, from 2005 means a lot to him. Let's check it out. And
yeah,
pleasantly surprised. I
yeah,
really
absolutely.
enjoyed this album.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. So let's see, what was the first track?
First track
Looking,
is called, yep.
yeah, looking for an accent. So one of the things that I immediately noticed is there was like the band was playing together, but every instrument had a very distinct sound. There was a lot of different textures in the song. The guitars were really, really fuzzy, and that's kind of what I picked up. But then over top of that fuzzy guitar, there was kind of an angular guitar. So I don't know if they have two different guitar players or if that's just the one guy doing both parts. But
They're a
yeah,
five piece.
oh, they are five piece, so they might have two. I wonder. I mean, we'll get into this later. I'm gonna wait until later, but there's some interesting vocal stuff going on too. This,
I agree.
yeah, this first song, the vocals were quieter. The first
Mm.
couple of songs, you can almost barely hear the guy. It's like they're really letting the instruments take the focus in the first couple songs,
I thought
but
it
I
was
liked
real
it.
subtle in like
Yeah,
a good ways. You know how in wrestling, Jake the Snake would talk low, so you
yeah,
had to listen to him.
yeah, yeah,
I kind of felt that they were doing that. I don't know if it on purpose or whatever, but the whole vibe of the album was subtle. Like
yeah,
you really had to pay attention to it because, like you were saying, there's so much neat layering going on and quiet, loud, quiet. I really like when
yeah.
bands transition like that.
Right,
Sounds
right.
like we're both gonna have a lot of good stuff to say about this album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it, except, well, maybe, you know, uh, not necessarily bad, but there's a couple things that were different than what I would listen to, but nothing bad for sure, man.
I got some notes for this first song. Do you
Yeah,
have
what you
some
got,
more?
brother? No, that was pretty much it, man. Just different textures from all the different instruments, the super fuzzy guitar.
I didn't like you were saying, I didn't have any idea what we were getting into. I
Yeah.
was expecting maybe a little bit more of that 2000s new metal kind of thing.
Sure,
So when
sure,
this
sure.
song started, I was like, "Oh, okay, well it's already up tempo," which again, I didn't expect. As the song's going on, I'm really starting to notice some of these subtle tone changes, and I'm like, all right.
Yep.
And then there was a line, it seems to be happening a lot, that he's saying that I had to write down because it
Yeah.
really, with everything going on with my work situation and all that, he said, I am exploding quietly and I'm quietly exploding.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw the post that I
I
made.
saw the
That's
post that
from
you
my
made. Yeah.
notes.
That's awesome.
And this is just the first song, and I'm already like, oh, this might be. And this happened with another album too. I don't remember exactly which one, maybe you will, where I wasn't in the best of moods,
Oh
but then
yeah.
we got a fun album, and it's like, oh,
Oh, which one was that?
because this is in the style I like and everything,
Right.
and but it's not depressing. It doesn't have that angst that most new metal has,
Yeah, sure.
or I don't know.
Post-hardcore. Yeah.
I don't know much about the post-hardcore genre. Like,
Okay.
if this is it, I
Yeah.
definitely need to
Yeah,
listen to
yeah.
more.
Well, Let Live is a post-hardcore band.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I
and
love
you
those
could
guys.
hear similarities between Let Live and these guys, you know?
Yeah, yeah, like tones and
Yeah, exactly.
overlays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Post-hardcore is more of a uh it's hard to explain. Like you take the idea of hardcore music, but it's not all yelling and screaming. It's kind of a dissection of it. It's but yeah, like these guys, Thursday would be like a
Hmm.
post-hardcore band.
Yep.
So
Thrice.
what's oh yeah, Thrice, sure. Yeah, yeah.
I've only really just discovered them, so I only know two songs. The one I
Okay.
can't name, but the
Yeah.
one that really hooked me is Black Honey.
It's a great song, man. The
Very
thing about
positive too.
oh yeah, well, their singer Dustin is a Christian. His solo albums are Christian albums,
Hmm.
and then he makes the post-hardcore stuff with Thrice. Um, their music has gotten more and more melodic as they went on.
Oh,
Like
okay.
in the beginning, there was a lot more yelling and a lot more like dissonance and weird sounds and stuff. They've become a lot more of a straight rock band kind of. But I love him, dude. He has a great freaking voice.
Yeah.
Uh,
And so does this guy, whose name,
oh
unfortunately, I
yeah,
don't have.
I have no clue what his name is, but yeah,
Maybe that'll encourage either Nate to tell us if he knows or the
yeah, yeah,
listeners to go look it up. I know I'm going to be looking up more about them. Like I said, I
yeah.
really enjoyed this album.
I'm definitely gonna try to track this album down and see if I can get a copy of it. For sure.
I
Which who
might be up
knows?
near like a disc replay or something. Boy, do they even sell albums like that anywhere anymore?
Karma, but I don't know. I mean, I usually check. I buy everything online now anyway. I live in freaking Connorsville. There's nothing so I just look online and find it. So
So this is first song, and you and I both are like,
yeah,
where
good
I
stuff.
love this.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
And the second one, of course, I have a lot of notes about because I talk a lot. Is
Yeah,
called Suddenly a Light.
right.
And this song again is really like, I guess, emotional, but in a positive way. It's
Yeah,
like serious and deep and thoughtful, but it's still positive. And that
right.
really, really reminded me of my buddy Nate, just because the guy's singing about deep and thoughtful things, but he's expressing it in a way that still manages to be
Yeah,
not emo or a little too angsty. And for 2005, that's a really, especially a small band like this from Indianapolis. That's right up the
right.
road. They should have been huge. And
Oh
this
yeah.
is just the stuff I'm writing from the second song.
Yeah, yeah. I to talk about your point, how there's writing emotional stuff that could be depressing, but it's not. Like I actually pulled a lyric from this song, which I've
Mm.
never done that before. But I was like, man, I got to write this down. It was the last breath you take is the one that keeps you alive. That's heavy, dude. That's heavy.
Yes, sir.
Man. Yeah.
But it's kind of like it's like take that last breath. That's the
Yeah.
one. Just do it. That's take that next step.
Yeah.
Do that next thing. No matter how bad it gets, do that next thing. And I think especially me right now, but a lot of people might really need this kind of message right now.
For sure, man. Definitely. So so I thought like the guitars were way out front in this song. Like
Oh yeah.
that was one thing I noticed. Like the guitars were not hiding, they were not fuzzy, they were right out front. Um they did more experimentation with tone. There was a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
wrote down about the
cool,
tones also.
yeah, a lot of cool little like, wow, man, listen to that. Check out, how the drums sound so different than the guitar, than than the vocals. Like, and they isn't this the one where like they some of the stuff sounded like it might have been coming out of a megaphone? Isn't that this track? Like it
It's
was kind of
possible.
kind of distorted and like I think that was this track. I think that's why I wrote the tone thing down.
I think so
Um,
too, because it happened right around the part that I wrote down, right about 3 minutes in. There's
yeah.
like this, I'm pretty sure it's the sound that the pick makes when you move it slowly up the strings. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
sure.
That kind of chimey,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was real slow and
Yep.
it gave it like this like dream-like quality. You know how when you're
Like
trying to remember
shimmery.
a
Yeah.
dream and you're like it's there and you're trying to grasp it, but it's not, I think ethereal,
Yeah.
whatever that word is.
Yeah.
I really, again, just the atmosphere that these guys are building.
Yeah. And they do a lot of stuff like that. Like they'll take these angular, noisy, like parts with the guitar, and then they'll contrast it with like a shimmery, like it's really cool. And in this track, I was like, this guy sounds a little bit like Maynard. I was
Hmm,
thinking, okay, he might have some influence from Tool, when and then I kind of and then after and I heard another influence later on. I think that the combination is this guy's voice actually. But if this is the track where I was like, he might listen to some Tool. Um, and that would also explain some of the atmosphere. Like Tool is very, very good at laying
right,
down atmosphere. They could definitely have. There's definitely a Tool influence in this band when you really, really dig into it. I think so.
right. And a lot of these bands we've been listening to have or checking out, however you want to word that, have
Yeah.
really been playing with atmosphere
Mhm.
from what Jen Christie was doing to American Grimm with their like kind of horror atmosphere,
Yeah. Yeah.
even what Lexi and her
Yeah.
dad were doing in Brain Dead by Sunday still kind of had its own like atmosphere to it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. And I mean, that's in a way, that's what makes music better. It's not just like you're creating a whole little pocket, as opposed to
Yeah,
just playing a song. Like not everyone, but people can play a good song, but
right,
can they take you into a world?
right.
That's really that's a gift, man, to be able to do that. So
I agree. I agree completely. Um, I That's pretty much what I wrote down for Not One, which was the
okay.
third song. It sounds like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
kind of got the same things out of it. And just again, the atmosphere they're building, I'm still all in.
Right.
This is another great gem that we've been recommended.
Yeah.
That gets us to best wishes. I got a whole pair.
Okay.
No, it's not bad.
I've
So if
got
you
some
want to
stuff
start off,
about I've got some stuff about Not One.
okay,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it starts off slower, which was new.
yep,
The first two tracks did not start off slow, so it started off slower with kind of a circular drum sound which was new. So they were introducing some new stuff into this
yeah.
song, and I thought the singer sounded like Gavin Rosdale a little bit in this song. So I think
Hmm,
if you take Bush, Tool, combine it, that's this guy's voice. I really He's got the little growl that Gavin Rossdale has, but he has the higher like lilt that Maynard has. I think if you
right.
put that together, that's this guy's voice. For anybody who's
That's
looking
pretty
for,
interesting.
yeah, that's what I heard. And this was the first track where the vocals were really on top too. The vocals in the first two songs were kind of lower. You had to
Hmm.
really listen to hear them. This track, the vocals were right out front. Um, and I also this was the first song on the album that had a guitar solo, and the guitar solo was like really loud. I was just like, man, so this is their version of a guitar solo. But yeah, it works for the band. It was
Yeah, it
noise.
really did.
Yeah,
Because it came in cool. Like,
yeah,
sure, it's a guitar solo, but I didn't even, at the time, I was just enjoying it. I was like, man, what a neat little way to add that guitar in there. And
yeah,
as soon as you said, yeah, it's them doing a guitar solo, I was just like,
yeah. It's the first one. I mean, yeah,
oh, of
yeah, man.
course it is.
Yeah, yeah.
And doing it their own way, which we've been again running
Right,
into a
right. It's
lot.
not Joe Perry. It's not, it's something else. But yeah, it fits the band for sure.
Yes, it does. Especially again, we're on this journey of not knowing, like both of us went into this album not knowing a single thing.
Nothing. Yeah,
And
nothing
we've
at all.
only done that a couple times now, right?
American Grim
Yeah,
and this one. I think that's the only albums where neither one of us knew anything about the albums. The other ones, at least one of us was like, "Hey, this is a pretty good album. Let's check it out."
right. So you got any more with song number three, not
No,
one?
that's all I had for that one. Yeah,
So Best Wishes, song four, this is where I start to notice like, man, I really wish I knew what he was saying. I wish the lyrics were right there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's a lot going on in the song, which we've been pointing out in almost every song. But I kept thinking, oh, that's so neat. I wonder what their process was here.
Right, right, right,
And I don't
right.
know if that's just part of not knowing a band before you hear them, or just kind of wondering because we've talked several times about do certain areas have a sound.
Yeah, sure, sure.
But and I was saying I don't think I ever saw these guys live. I've seen a lot of live bands, a lot of live local bands.
Right.
If I did, it's a complete tragedy if I forgot them.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah. Um, so Best Wishes was cool because it started out with strumming, which you
Hmm.
hadn't heard again. They're introducing new elements, and then it went into barred chords. It was like
Yes.
chicka chicka chicka, and then all of the sudden, uh, you get like acoustic guitar or extremely clean guitar, one or the other. So you think you're getting one thing, and then when the song actually starts, it's like, oh, that was the intro.
Right.
What we're actually getting is this really cool, really clean guitar. And it's just like, holy crap, what did they just do?
The
Um,
way they play with volume, and
yeah,
this might be the song I wrote that down at. Yeah, it's I wrote down almost exactly what you said. I just worded a little bit different. I
yeah,
really like how they're playing with tone and volume. Does that
yeah,
make sense?
absolutely.
How it'll pick up, but not in a way that's, raw, loud rock.
Right, right, right. And
And then
and
he'll
yeah, and to talk about one of your favorite bands who experiments with loud and quiet, it's not the way Nirvana did it. It's not. It's not. We're strumming along and then we're yelling, and then we're strumming along and then we're yelling. It's not that. It's not
I
that
don't
at
think
all.
it's any
So,
secret that Kurt Cobain was heavily influenced by the Melvins,
sure. Yeah. 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 Yep.
which
Everybody knows that. Yeah.
I sometimes I love the Melvins and sometimes I don't. It's like when
So
they're on, they are
yeah.
on. But there's some songs I'm just like,
So whenever I hear a Melvin song, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. I've never picked up a Melvin's record. I don't think I've ever even listened to an entire Melvin's record.
mm,
I'll hear songs every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I couldn't name a Melvin song. You know what I mean? Not even, yeah, yeah. I couldn't.
I can name.
Stoner Witch, wait, Stoner Witch, but I
Okay.
couldn't tell you what Stoner Witch sounds like. I just remember Stoner Witch was like a big song for them, like it was on the radio and stuff. But yeah, I couldn't tell you. Yeah, they use a lot of
There's,
feedback and stuff, right? They're kind of heavy and feedback.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of fuzz, a lot
yeah.
of
Sure.
experimenting for they're not a big band,
Right.
size wise, but they still
Right.
experiment a lot, but it's still that grungy kind of.
Right. Right. They're kind of like Tad, right? Like didn't Tad kind of take inspiration from the Melvins? I remember they
I
sounded kind of
think
similar.
just based on the different stuff I've read, which is a few different books,
Yeah.
obviously being obsessed with Alice in Chains like I was, I read everything I could about Seattle and all those other
Sure.
bands.
Sure. Sure.
If I'm not mistaken, which I could be because my taste in music sucks, but I think most of the bands we would name and think of coming out of Seattle
Yeah.
all say the Melvins.
Melvins.
It's
Yeah.
their root.
Yeah. Or Green River, man. A lot of Malfunction. A lot of people were into those bands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. What Andrew Love or Andrew Wood was doing with Mother
Yeah.
Love
Andrew
Bone.
Wood was, yeah, it was Malfunction. And then Green River was Mark Arm before he got into Mudhoney.
Yep.
So, yeah, those were like the three pillars of influential Seattle bands, I think. So,
Yeah. And those are the ones that don't really get a lot of credit.
fair. Yeah. Yeah.
So speaking of credit,
Yep.
you got anything else about the fourth song?
I did.
Yes, let's hear it.
Okay. So he was jamming a lot of words into this song. I was trying to listen and figure out, what were some of the cool lyrics because it sounded like there would be some.
Hmm.
I couldn't keep up. But the thing is, they all fit the melody.
Yes.
And then it has some really really good harmonies, and that kind of made me think about my question. And it gets even more pronounced later on. Are there two vocalists in this band? Or is the guy harmonizing with himself? Because there's a song later on in the album where there's lead vocals trading back and forth, and they
Yep.
don't sound exactly the same.
No, they don't.
So I was like, maybe one guy sounds like Maynard and one guy sounds like the dude from Bush, and when they sing together, but I don't know those harmonies. If it's the same guy, kudos. But I'm wondering now if there's more than one singer in the band.
There's at least one of the guys that does backup that can
Yeah.
hold his own singing. I don't
Yeah, is there a
know.
Jerry Cantrell to,
Yeah.
is there, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed the lyric in this song, and then there is one later on too what you're talking about. It's just
Yeah.
like, wow, I kept going, oh wow, where did that come from?
Right, right, right.
And oh, how do they make that fit? Because try
Yeah.
to explain. They go from quiet to loud, and they've got this influence and that influence, plus it's its own atmosphere. They're
Mm,
another one of these bands, thankfully, that we've got to talk about, discover, that doesn't really fit in a category.
yeah, absolutely.
And I
I mean,
like
like
that a
I
lot.
said,
It's okay to be that genre or whatever, but
yeah, yeah.
stand out.
It's definitely a combination of, like I said, post-hardcore, math rock, and emo lyrics. I mean, you can, if you want to give it to somebody and go, if you like this, you'll like this. But it's pretty freaking unique too.
Hmm.
Like just all the different layers that they put in there and the way they play with sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not normal. It's not normal rock stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
looking forward to with them being a small band.
yeah,
I think we talked about this briefly when we brought it up. When I was getting into the music scene in Indianapolis, indie, whatever you want to word that,
yeah.
I'm not good with dates, like
Hmm.
remembering what years and all that. I'm pretty sure these guys were already either
Gone. Yeah,
going off somewhere or split up. They were kind of
yeah,
like a myth or almost like a legend of the scene. You'd talk to people, and I mean bands that went on to do their own really good thing from Indianapolis, and they'd be like, "Oh, you should have heard these guys."
yeah. The
And I
funny thing. Oh, go
see
ahead. I'm sorry.
why. No,
The
no, go
fun,
ahead.
the funny thing about Indianapolis is, and I know they have a pretty good music scene. When I lived there, I went and saw the national acts
Mm,
because growing up in Ithaca, it was rare that national acts came through. And I
right.
loved going out and seeing local bands. Like that was freaking awesome. But in Indianapolis, like I could go see Blue October in a freaking club. Like, of
Hmm.
course I'm going to do that. Of course I'm going to go see Los Lonely Boys play in front of 400 people. Like, why wouldn't I do that? So
Is that
like,
is that the band from Dusk Till Dawn that's
I don't
playing?
No, they're from Texas, so I mean it's totally possible.
Oh gosh, that's gonna bug me now that I can't. The song they're singing is about a cockroach.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Cucarachas, something.
La
I don't speak
cucaracha,
Spanish.
is that? Is it Los
No,
Lobos?
it. They got another song called "The House That Love Built." I don't know. We'll get
I don't know.
sidetracked. Hopefully, it'll come
Yeah.
to me.
Los Lonely Boys' big hits were "Staying with Me" and "How Far Is Heaven." That was their big hits. So yeah.
I only know these guys from the Dusk Till Dawn soundtrack, so
Okay.
somebody
They
has
were
to look. Well,
fun band to see live.
do you
Three
remember that
brothers,
movie?
vocal harmonies. I haven't. I mean, so here's the thing. I may have seen From Dusk Till Dawn, but if I did, I saw it in pieces. Like, I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched it.
What?
I don't
How?
know. I don't understand. Sometimes I know James Woods is like an alcoholic priest, right? I know
No.
that. No?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
right? No?
If you
No?
don't know what this movie is,
He's
go watch
vampire
it.
hunting. He's vampire
Okay.
hunting.
Sure.
Yeah. They go to a bar full of vampires, right? And then
I
they
mean,
get
that sounds
and they get stuck in there. Isn't that basically what happens?
sure. That's basically the plot.
Okay. So yeah, I mean I kind of know, you
No, you
know.
don't. Go watch
No.
this movie.
Okay, right on.
So we're still only on song five,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
good thing listening to it. And the songs are about 5 minutes long. It's long enough to
Sure.
express what they want to and keep their atmosphere built. It's not, I kept thinking about skaters for some reason, like skateboarders and I don't know why, but to me this kind of perfectly encapsulated what I think of at a skate park.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I don't
Okay.
mean, my buddy Joey Slayer's
Mhm.
his nickname, skated a lot, so I'd go with him a couple times. I couldn't skate, but I like to hang out with
Yeah.
him. And there would be like these older guys that weren't jerks, they weren't bullying. They were like, "Oh, no, little dude, let me show you how to," you know what I
Yeah, yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
there was very
Yeah.
positive kind of vibe to the skate parks I saw. And
Right.
I think maybe it's just this style of music that I associate with skaters for some reason. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
And
mean, I can see some of this stuff, on a skate video.
and it might just be because of Nate. He always kind of looked
Sure.
like one of them skater kids, and he's one of those guys that he's not much of a bully. He's not, I
Yeah,
mean, he's a good dude. So
yeah,
maybe it's just knowing him and him
yeah.
recommending this album. But one of the songs I wrote that it really, like, just really made me feel connected to my friend because I was like, oh wow, I see, or at least feel what he was thinking with this, and that's the point of all this music, right? Is to
Yeah, yeah,
express feelings and share feelings with people. So, if you're done with song four, Best Wishes,
yeah. We can move on to five. Yeah,
really good. I couldn't pick a favorite yet. I don't think
I
I
have
did.
one. I have a couple.
Oh,
I
good.
think the second half of the album is way stronger than the first half.
They
So it
built
was,
into it,
yeah, yeah. So it was easier to pick a favorite once we got to the second half. But I mean, I loved the first half of the album. I just was like, didn't have a song to sit out to me yet.
right?
Um,
Well, it's because they're still maybe they're still like introducing newer ideas and
yeah,
tones and
yeah,
timing signatures. Um, the fifth song that I'm talking about, or at least thinking of,
yeah.
At Last a Path, started out with some really interesting guitar work.
Exactly. Yeah, I wrote the same thing. Yeah.
It was just I, everything about the album's good, and we talk about it and how much we really enjoy it. But there was something about just the starting of the guitar that was catchy,
Mhm.
not in that repetitive pop kind of earworm sort of way, more like, oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is this?
yeah.
And
And
again,
oh,
I
go ahead.
couldn't catch what he was saying. I
Yeah,
really wish I had the lyrics because I have a feeling he's clever with the way he words things.
sure, sure. I mean, he obviously does a lot of like repeating what he said before, but flipping the words around, which is fun. I
Yep.
love it when lyricists do that. So I think that's really cool. I've done that in my own songs. So toot toot. But but I did it because I was copying singers or lyricists who I enjoyed.
Right, you were trying to express what you were thinking. The only way you knew how was
Yeah.
through what somebody else had
Right. There
shown
was
you.
paths laid out, you know? Yeah.
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 I
But
think
yeah. Oh,
that's part of it, that whole, especially for people who are trying or are transitioning into a musician. That's
yeah.
part of the magic of the music because you hear it and you go, "Oh, I didn't even know that was possible.
Right. Right.
But maybe I could try something like that."
I mean, um, Dramarama, I love John Easdale. The
Hmm.
guy is so clever and he's so good at putting pop culture references into his songs, but making them cool, and making
Right.
them part of the story, not making them just, I'm going to sing about Mickey Mouse for a second. Like, you know what I mean?
Or the
And
way
I,
Fred Durst does it.
right. And I always wanted to be able to do that. I always wanted to put pop culture references in my songs. I could never figure out how to do it. It's something I could not do. So,
Uh, Wordplay. There's
yeah, it's just like he has a song about 70s TV, right? It's called 70s TV, but the song is really about like angst, and
Mhm.
being alone and but it's all framed around these songs because he can't sleep. So he stays up all night watching these old TV shows.
Oh, that's
And it's
such a
all
neat
framed around
idea.
that. And it's just like, man, and
The stuff that's going on in some of these
I wish I could write like
lyricists.
that, dude. I
Yeah.
wish I could write stuff like that. But I write stuff like my heart really hurts and now you put it on the floor and thanks for stepping on it, you bitch. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, essentially.
There's a
Essentially.
um there's a joke, and I'm not gonna step on it too much. I think it's Joe Rogan, and he's talking about music and how there's two different types. He's like, you could hang out with who's the band that sang like Hey Delilah, a real poppy.
Plain white tees.
He's like, you can hang out with that band like you're at a party and you're just kind of like, meh, meh, meh. Or you can hang out with Ludacris, who's like dollar dollar bills, y'all.
Oh man. Or you can hang out with both of them.
Yeah, which
Different
is
sides to every coin, man.
yep,
I got
yep.
about 18 to mine, so
Mine's just the scratched up side, the two-faced kind of. I don't know what
nice.
I'm doing till I do it.
Nice.
So,
Um,
you got any more about At Last a Path?
well, yeah, I mean, they switched around the effects on the guitar a lot through the whole
Mm-hmm.
song, which without breaking the rhythm or the melody, they would just
Mm-hmm.
change the way the guitar sounded through the whole song, and that was really freaking neat. But I have tinnitus. This
Mm-hmm.
was my only because at some points the guitar got really, really high pitched and it hurt my ears.
Hmm. I didn't
Which,
notice that getting high pitched enough to, and I
yeah, I
had
mean, if
my.
you because I have tinnitus, so I mean, it's like I'm very sensitive to
Mhm.
higher noises, unfortunately. Um, so I
Yeah, I
was
can see
like,
that.
you know, so that wasn't great for me, but still a cool
Well,
song. Didn't make
on
me
the
turned
flip side
off.
of that, for the people that are listening, it's I thought, and I understand why those kind of sounds would
Yeah, yeah,
get to you specifically.
yeah.
For me, even when they did something like you're talking about, it didn't, like you said, break the song or
No,
the
yeah,
feel of
yeah,
the album. It
yep.
wasn't out of place.
Mm-mm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It just a little too high pitched for my ears, which
Right.
yeah,
Well, you don't really like, we've talked about this sort of, and it's just kind of
yeah.
clicking in place a little bit more. You don't really like higher pitched vocals for sure.
It depends on how high the vocals are. I mean,
Well, let me,
I love Jeff Tate and
true.
Rob Halford, and you know,
Yeah, but
but I
haven't
don't
we
like the.
talked about like the more nasally
Yes, I don't like that. I don't like
Smashing
that, and I
Pumpkins
also don't
and
like the helium voice.
right.
Like as much as I want to like the darkness, dude,
I
no,
know.
no, I just can't do it, man.
I feel the same way, and it's got
I've
nothing to do
tried
with them.
I've tried so many times, and I'm just like, okay, this sounds so good. And then he starts singing like the worst part of Freddie Mercury's voice.
It's
If you
part of
took
the
out
shtick.
all the tone and all the cool stuff and just that really, really high part. And I'm just like,
Right.
oh, I can't do this.
I'd be
So yeah,
curious to hear those guys. Like, I know they're making the music they want to, and they want to
sure,
make that 80s, but I would
sure.
like to hear the Darkness branch out a little bit, make a more serious
Yeah,
song, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Maybe stay away from that type
yeah.
vocals.
Well, Justin Hawkins is like a legend in England, man. I think he's done a lot of other stuff besides the Darkness. It'd be interesting to check it out and see what he sounds like when he's not doing that. You
Yeah,
know?
I'll have to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Back to
Yeah,
Seven
yeah.
Degrees. Did
Oh
we say
man.
it's from or of? We'll get
It's
better at this
yeah,
eventually.
it's from center, I think, right?
Yes,
Seven
Seven
degrees
Degrees
from
from
center.
center.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly how many tracks there are. 11?
11. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're just on song 6.
6. Yeah.
And it's called At Sea. There is this really, really neat little like vocal effect that he does. And
Yeah.
it leads him into repeating I believe he is saying miles upon, and he
Mhm.
repeats it a couple times,
So it sounds like a pond.
maybe.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
just, I don't know exactly what he was saying, but the way the echo led into him just repeating those two words, whatever it is, I thought it was
Right.
miles upon maybe 4 times in a row. For
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason, I really liked that, I don't know, transition, vocal trick, that
Right.
whatever you want to call it. It really came across pretty unique to me. I was like, okay, I really like that piece of music.
Yeah. Yeah. So this song, I was like, oh, this might be my favorite song on the album. I was like, if
Yeah,
nothing else comes later, this is my favorite song. Um,
it's a good way to put it.
yeah, yeah. So I loved well, I was there's keyboards in this song.
There's something else I noticed too. Did you hear
Yeah.
horns? Like a trumpet? Kind of like,
Hmm, maybe. But I know for sure, and there's not like it's not like Europe keyboards. It's not all over the place. There's keyboards at the very beginning and keyboards towards the end that they're using for accents. And I'm not
mhm,
even sure if they're anywhere else in the song. But I was listening to it and I was like, holy shit, that's keyboards. It's really cool. It's like a darker tone on the keyboards too,
mhm.
but it sounds really, really neat, man. And it wasn't something I would have expected from this band. So that was cool. Um, and then there's finger picking on the guitar. I love finger picking. And the fact that these guys introduced it, I was like, yes, freaking cool. So, and then there's a really, really great line. I ended up wanting to freaking write almost every line on the in this song down because it hit me so hard. Like, because
Did you have to look it up? Were you able to actually
I could
find the
hear
lyric?
this song. I could actually hear most of it, because it's very clean. Um, because I wander, dude. I've lived in a bunch of different states.
Hmm.
First time I left home, I was 16. And that's kind of what this song is about. It's about, um, dude. So the lyric that I wrote down: "You're never lost until you're found. Better to die than just give up your crown." And to
I caught
me,
that.
yeah, so heavy, dude. Because I'm not lost, man. I'm just out here wandering, you know.
Hmm.
And I took giving up your crown is like giving up who you are, giving up your pride, giving up, you know, and conforming and going back and back home. But you're gonna
Hmm.
go back home eventually. Like that's in the lyrics. I mean, it's just so
Right.
like it makes so much sense for a person who has always felt restless and always wanted to like get more than they have out of life. And
Right.
yeah, I love this song, dude. Um,
I agree.
yeah, I think it had a great melody, a really good melody, maybe the best melody line on the album. And I'm not
Look it
100%
up.
sure, but I think this was the first song that had an actual chorus. I feel like a lot of the other songs he was just like reciting poetry. There wasn't a lot of repetition. There was
Right.
repetition in the music, but not in the lyrics. So I should say an actual like chorus in terms of the lyrics. And this
Right.
one, I don't even know if you could call it a chorus as much as just a repeated verse because he only says it twice, like once
Right.
in the middle of the song and then again at the very end. Um, but if you want to call that a chorus, I think this is the first one. But
Maybe that's the point. That was their take on what a chorus would be in their
sure.
world.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I think then with this song being a little quieter, and like I said, having the finger picked guitar and kind of the universal, like very, I mean, I related to this song a lot. Maybe this was like, I would say maybe this was like a single, but the song was almost 6 minutes long. So it's
Right,
like, writing a single, maybe not a single, but still great freaking
right.
song, man.
I know this album, especially in '05 when bands like we were talking about earlier, Thrice and those, maybe not Thrice because they hadn't
Yeah.
quite gone into that yet, but maybe a little bit with Muse.
Mm. Oh man, did you freeze, brother? Oh bloody hell!
Blow those bands away.
Oh.
That's what I
So
thought.
did you say the used or did you say Muse?
Muse.
Okay, so right when you said Muse, you froze. So go
Yeah,
ahead
it's
and
saying something about the internet, whatever, because it sucks,
yeah,
which doesn't make any sense. I was just saying how there was a sound around this time, like Muse, Jimmy Eat World,
sure.
that was really popular.
Hmm.
And these guys, I don't want to say do that sound because they
Right.
kind of do, but better.
Yeah, I mean, I could hear it. Muse messed with some atmospheric stuff.
Hmm.
They always did, and had weird tone and stuff like that. Jimmy Eats
Right.
World was an emo pop punk band.
Yeah.
And I mean, they had some cool stuff like Pain. That was
Hmm.
maybe a little different, but I could definitely see some Muse in this. Or Radiohead. Some
Yeah.
influence
Yeah.
from in a different kind of way, but yeah,
I
you
was
know,
just thinking or trying to think of some, because I would hear little things like that that would make me think of a little bit of the vocal tones from Jimmy Eat World and those kind of
sure,
bands that were popping up,
sure,
but not enough to go, oh, that's obviously influenced by this. I'm not very good at
yeah,
doing that, where you're a little bit better
yeah.
going,
That's kind of what I do.
right?
Anchors. I look for anchors.
And
Um,
then, as that's a good way to put it, as we're going through all these different atmospheres and tones they're using, we get to the seventh song, which is
yeah.
Tripping the King, and it's got a straight up pump your fist
Yes,
guitar part in
it's
it.
arena rock, dude. Like what? What happened? It's so funny because these are my notes. Full throttle reminds me of Thursday. Has a swing to it. Uh, Good use of space, and the drummer is killing it.
Yep.
Like, I mean, it's just like the fact that I mean the guitar was just out there, and man, just I love songs that aren't just typical 4/4. Where you
Mhm.
get a little bit of swing into it, and it's like, yeah, man, that's good stuff, dude.
Yep.
This song actually had me like air drumming and like, yeah, great tune, man. Great
Right.
tune.
And again, fits perfectly.
Yeah,
Even though for me, it's the driving in a good way. We're going to get this done. Let's
yeah,
go, fist in the air type song,
yeah.
which when you talk about atmospheric bands, that's something
Right,
that you wouldn't normally stick in there, but
right.
they made it work.
I think that what makes it fit is that at this point, I mean, we're what, 7 songs in?
Hmm.
Yeah, the band has gotten you used to the fact that they're not always going to do what you expect. They're going to throw something out there, and you're going to be like, "What is that?"
Right.
So I think that that's what makes it fit, like the fact that they're not just a straight post-hardcore band. They're not
Right.
just a straight math rock band. There's something else going on. Um, and yeah, throwing a swing beat in there is fire.
Yeah.
I
I.
remember Jawbox
Mhm.
had a song called Cruel Swing, which obviously that was their swing song, but it
Yeah.
stuck out so different, from the other stuff. It was just like, whoa. But with these guys, even though you hear it and you hear the change in the beat and you hear the shuffle, it's not like you're like, whoa, this is so different, you know?
Mhm.
It's still clearly this band and it's really, really cool. So
And like you said, adds that swing without having the more traditional kind of
Yeah,
swing.
yeah,
To me has a very kind of loungy, very specific
sure.
way.
Yeah,
Like, have you heard? I'm sure you have. Whatever STP's Unplugged album they
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
had that weird swing version of sex type thing.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, sure.
That's more like a traditional swing song to
Right,
me. The
right.
way they added it, not STP, the way Seven Degrees of From Center did it, it, it worked right in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between writing a swing song or playing a swing song and adopting a swing beat and making
Yes,
your beat swing. You know what I mean? It's not
yes.
exactly it's not the same thing. Like you can have a rock song or a metal song even and make the beat swing. And it just makes it a little funner and a little
Mhm.
easier to move to. It's just cool, man. It's great. Yeah. I loved it. I thought it was really freaking cool.
From a bunch of guys that look like kids in their Jinko jeans and their whatever Black Band t-shirts.
Yes, yes, yes.
Once again, you can never judge a band by how the members look.
Right. And I think these guys may. So when I was looking into them a little bit,
Hmm.
I saw pictures of them older. Like they looked like they were about our age and they were all standing around. So I'm wondering if they reunited. Like I should have looked a little more into it, but
Yeah, I haven't done a search outside of Spotify yet, but I plan to. Just if
right.
nothing else, maybe I'll find the singer's name and
Yeah.
maybe he went on to do something cool and
Yeah.
start doing that whole process.
Well, I had ChatGPT make me this very cool background based on their art. So so I did a search and I was like, huh, that's interesting.
I
Because
wonder if it'd be worth.
they have a what is the oh not SoundCloud. They have a Reverb Nation, I think.
Oh, okay.
Which yeah, so and then on Reverb Nation it looked like the pictures of them were older. So I was like,
It'd be
like newer
interesting.
pictures, they looked older, I guess is
It'd be
yeah.
interesting to see, like you're saying, maybe they all went off and did whatever guys
Right.
do, and then they came back later
Yeah, yeah. I
as
want to check it out and find out.
more seasoned
Right,
musicians.
right.
They're already pretty freaking good.
Yeah, yeah,
So the eighth song is another one of those that it's like, my God, what can't these guys do? There's like
yeah,
this straight, it's real quick, but it's almost like a metal breakdown. But
yeah,
but it's real fast. And I
yeah,
was just like, what a neat way to still add that kind of chun chun.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
just, look, we can do that. It fits with the song, and then off
Yep.
to,
Off to the others. Yeah, I mean, it starts out with almost like tribal drumming and then like a big riff, and then it goes into, hey, here's our stuff.
yeah,
It's interesting. It's and they
yes.
do stuff like that quite a bit where they'll like show off a little bit of another side and then progress into another side. So
I bet
yeah,
people just didn't know. I mean, I assume they're good live. I bet people
right.
just didn't know how to react, how to take this band. You know what I mean?
Man, mosh. Mosh it up, man. I don't know.
I don't think they're a mosh band.
Yeah,
It could be because there's some parts in it, but
yeah,
I have a feeling, and just it's just based on my experience and what I remember about that time. But
right.
these guys must have just been like one of those bands you're going, oh yeah, let's like we did with the album. Oh, I don't know, let's check them out. And then
Sure.
I'd almost guarantee you just jaw drop. Where
Yeah,
did these guys come from?
yeah.
You know
How
what I
could it
mean?
not?
The
It's like, holy
soundscape
crap.
is just very rich, very detailed. Like we've been saying, it all just flows nicely together. It doesn't come out of left field and surprise you with like, oh, that's a harsh tone, or okay, that's a
Right,
sudden style switch.
right, right.
You got any more about so many notes?
No, that's all I had for that one.
I obviously have more about song nine, Memory.
Memory, yeah,
You want to lead off
yeah.
again?
I mean, they start off going, "Hey, this is what you're gonna get," and then it's not what you get at all. It's acapella. There's a little acapella part, and then there's some acoustic guitar, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's like nope, this is Creed. I mean, not the, but like, man, anthemic, dude. Like, it's very, again, this is another like arena rock song.
Right.
Um, you know,
I don't know if they're, for some reason, and it might just be me, I always thought Creed was, boy, kind of pretentious,
oh, sure.
but these guys are not at all. So when you say, no, it's Creed, it's like, now,
I
wait a
just meant
minute.
like music wise. I just meant
Yeah,
music
yeah,
wise. It was very uplifting, and it's reminded me of like Higher or one of those Creed tunes. Like it was
yeah,
very
yeah.
like, yeah, if, very yeah. Creed. So I was listening to another podcast called Dig Me Out. I love that podcast, and they actually were talking about Creed and how all of Scott Stapp's lyrics are I and me. He never sings to the audience or sings about anything other than himself. And
What
that
else would
is,
you, I mean, I
I
get it.
mean, yeah, I
It
don't know.
kind of makes sense if everything you hear about that guy is true. I know now he's evidently got his demons under control and
Right,
blah blah
right, right, right.
blah.
Well, he was like
But
schizophrenic, right? I mean, he got thrown in a loony bin for riding his bike naked through his town.
oh
So
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah.
Drugs are bad, okay?
We can keep going, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I didn't really have any notes about the song specifically. It was more about what it made me think of. Do you know this theory that we probably have memories that aren't true?
Sure, sure, sure. You tell yourself something for so long over such a period of time, or you have a story that you've always heard, and it
Right.
just becomes a memory. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably just the atmosphere of the whole thing and the name of the song. It's just that was what was in my head as I'm listening to the tones and again the great drum work. The bass
Yeah.
player, we
Yeah.
haven't mentioned, he's like, again, I'm gonna have to say subtle, good, because he doesn't, oh, none of the band members really override anybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just another good song.
Yeah.
Again, like there's nothing to skip. You could throw
Yeah,
this
not at all.
album in and start to finish, it's a good album.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, that's yeah. As far as memory, that those were the notes I had. So we've already hit the notes I had. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just a big rock song. It's really cool. You throw this back on.
Right. And then it
I'll figure it out. Sorry, man.
no,
Casey's
don't
having
worry
a
about
rough.
it.
Casey's
The
having a
parent
rough
thing.
time. Sorry, guys.
I think everybody understands.
Yeah.
So now we're leading into song 10, which again made me think of something that's not related to the song. Of course, I wish I could have heard the lyrics a little bit better to know for
Sure.
sure. But the song is called Lullaby. And I don't know if it was just the name, but it made me think of this book from Chuck Palahniuk, the guy who wrote Fight Club.
Okay.
It's also called Lullaby. It
Okay.
came out in '02, so before the album. I don't know if that has any bearing. It's basically this guy finds this old child's nursery rhyme type thing, but it's got a culling, Cullling, like
Okay.
getting rid of
Yeah.
song in it that kills anybody that hears it. So he goes and
Right.
investigates that and tries to get all these copies of this book.
Yeah.
And if you've read, which I don't know if you have, but anybody else has read any of Chuck Palahniuk's books, they're not as straightforward as they sound.
Sure.
So I thought it was really neat that this song managed to make me just sit back and remember that book and go, oh man, it's almost like a soundtrack.
Right. Right. So Warrior Soul has a song called Lullaby,
Hmm.
and every time I hear a song called Lullaby, I expect it to be Warrior Soul because I love that freaking song. But this is not that song.
I
Um,
feel like I should know it,
yeah,
but
Lullaby.
off the top,
Oh, I mean, you might know it. It's yeah. Lullaby.
I
I don't
doubt
know.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe I
It
hear
was
so
a
much
single.
stuff.
It was on Headbangers Ball back in the 80s, early
Oh,
90s.
okay.
Yeah. in the video, he's like walking through a house, and it keeps shifting while he's walking. But yeah, it's a pretty cool song. But
I keep thinking of this weird pop song, and that's the only word I remember from it is lullaby. Eh,
yeah, I don't know. Sean Mullins, maybe.
maybe.
Except he says rockabye, but
Son
song's
of a
called lullaby, but he says rockabye in the song.
shut up. I think you're right.
Is that it? Hey
I
now.
think so.
All right. Dude, Sean Mullins is actually a pretty talented singer songwriter, dude. He just,
He's just a singer song, not
yeah,
just, but I didn't really mess with a lot of
not your
just that
stuff.
singer
Yeah,
songwriter style.
yeah, right on.
So go ahead.
No, there's some really cool starts and stops in this song,
Yes.
which I thought was neat. I like the way they played with, I don't know if that's the band actually stopping and starting like that, because if they are, very cool. Or if they used like a production trick to do it. But either way, it sounds really cool. So I like that.
I'd
Um,
almost lean toward it's the band doing it.
yeah, I mean, it definitely could be,
It
you
could have been
know.
a production trick, but I have a feeling it's them doing it just because of the way the rest of the album
Yeah,
sound.
yeah. It's just very. If it's them doing it, I mean, it's on a dime, dude. Like they are very like push, push, push. Um, and there's a good use of tension in this song. I think the starting and the stopping creates tension in the song, which I thought was really cool. Like it's like, oof, man, So
Yeah.
yeah, good
No, yeah,
push
I
and
get
pull.
that completely. It's again, I'm gonna have to find the lyrics because I wonder how tense the lyrics are. Because
Right, sure.
the way he sings, I could almost imagine if he sounds tense, the lyrics are probably about a tense subject,
Yeah, I
but
think
still
so.
in a good, in a positive way.
Right, right, right.
And then that again leads us, or no, I don't know why I said again, that leads us to the final track.
Yeah,
And
last track.
again, I don't remember which other bands did this, but this last track is the perfect ending track.
Man, dude. So again, they pull out another new thing. This whole track, this whole song is based on feedback. It's a bit
Oh,
of feedback, man. Um,
right.
yeah, there's a bit of feedback underneath the whole song, and it is wild. And people don't do that. Jimi Hendrix did that. Kim Thale did that, but
Right.
not a lot of people did that. And that is freaking really, really cool. I love feedback. I know a lot of people don't dig that kind of guitar stuff, but I freaking love it. I think if you can play feedback,
There
turn
you
it
go.
into an instrument, that's very cool.
I
So
think it just turned, and a lot of it is because of these bands. Well, maybe not Soundgarden, those guys, but definitely Nirvana. The way they started doing the feedback was more shrill, more shocking, more meant
yeah,
to unnerve you. And that's
sure,
not what
sure.
the feedback is in this song
No,
at
it's just a
all.
bed. It's just a bed of feedback. It's just underneath.
Yep.
I wrote it's like riding a wave. Like
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
riding along the feedback while the rest of the song is playing. It's very, very cool. This is the song where that made me go, hey man, there really might be two singers in this band.
Yes.
Because the vocal trade-off is insane. Like,
Hmm.
and if it's the same guy, cool, but he definitely changes the pitch of his voice. It really does sound like it might be two people.
That's
Um,
what I thought too.
yeah. So that was really, really cool. Um, again, they built atmosphere.
Hmm.
It's a very slow and steady start that rises as it
Hmm.
goes. Yeah, great song, great way to end the album. Very
I
cool that
agree.
they introduced a new element, another new element in the last song. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm gonna try to find this album. I'm gonna try to get a copy of it.
Yeah, I'm still
Um,
going to look up lyrics. I'll check out live
yeah,
videos. I'm going to do the whole obsession thing that we all seem to do.
yeah, yeah. I loved it. Thought it was really good.
You got anything specific? Oh, actually, again on this song, it had that dream quality.
Yeah, sure.
So it kind of made it feel like what's the whole album just a dream?
Yeah,
Like you wake up from a decent dream or a good dream and you're positively refreshed or whatever and you're like,
right.
"Wait, that was a dream?"
I
No.
think one of the coolest things about dreams is how they can make sleep seem like it's so much longer.
Hmm.
like I will have a dream and it'll feel like I've been asleep for like 2 hours because it'll be this really involved, like super cool dream. And then I've only been asleep for 20 minutes, but I'm like, okay, I feel a lot better
Right.
because it feels like when you get that deep sleep where you're dreaming, it's just a different feeling, man.
I've
So
always been a very vivid dreamer.
yeah, sure.
Very vivid. I mean, I wonder if this is one of those memories that aren't real. I don't think so. I
Hmm.
remember, for some reason, a dream I had when I was very, very, very young. I'd have to ask my brother for exact dates, but I'm talking 10 or under young.
Right, sure.
And I don't know why, but the dream, I took Freddy Krueger shopping
Okay.
and bought him like a Hawaiian shirt.
Nice.
It's so
Oh, man.
weird and random, but I don't
Yeah,
know why I still remember this.
yeah. Dude, so when I was even younger than that, I had a dream that I still remember, just a piece of it. But I was in space on a rocket ship, like a spaceship, flying around, and my Paunch doll from Chips flew up next to the ship and got its leg chopped off. And I remember that part of the dream forever. It's the only
Yeah.
dream that I've remembered for my whole life.
That's kind of fitting that maybe that this band has that kind of dream quality because that was one of the things Nate said when he brought it up to me is I don't think he still has the album. He either had it or saw them live and they left that impression and then that's the impression he's had all these years.
Right, sure.
I don't think he knew. I either hadn't told him yet because I didn't want to tell him we were doing this,
Right.
or I just told him that the band was on Spotify. So I don't know if he's had time to go check it out. I know he will
Nice.
for this.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess final thoughts really, this is just a good, uplifting, kind of like a soft rock with experimental elements.
Yeah.
And it just creates, like we've been saying several times, this wonderful dreamlike atmosphere, takes you on a nice little journey, doesn't jar you, doesn't shake you up, doesn't make you feel too happy or too
Yeah.
sad or anything like that. It's just a nice, almost relaxing in a positive way, dreamlike quality.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think the use of tension in the album is really good. I think all the different experiments with the texture, I love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really really like the singer's voice.
Hmm.
Um yeah, this is right up my alley, man. This is something that I would definitely be interested in checking out and finding out more about the band and getting some of their other stuff and whatever. I mean, yeah, I
Me
dig.
too. And hopefully everybody else will too, because it's another album where at least go listen to it,
Yeah, yeah,
which obviously hope whatever, hopefully people do, or this whole thing isn't going to make too much sense. So, I had kind of had this thought when I was listening to this album,
yeah,
and I kept trying to place it in 2005, and I couldn't actually do that, but it left me thinking that music kind of does this thing where it's almost got a timeline, and
sure.
every era seems to kick something off. I was thinking, like, you got blues coming from slavery and that kind of tough times.
Yeah.
And then you kind of got gospel and that uplifting. Gospel's got its own sound and vibe too.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
And that
absolutely.
goes into like Elvis and what he did with rock and roll, and then the
Right.
Beatles, and then the 70s Southern rock thing. And then it seems to be a 10-year increment because you can go
Sure.
70s hair metal, except for in the 90s. You kind of got
The
90 to
90s was
95
chopped
was
up,
that
man.
hip hop
Yeah.
explosion. And then 94, 90, whatever, 9, 2000 was kind of that grunge.
Well, I think so the 70s there was southern rock for sure, but there was also disco.
Mm,
There was also a big soft rock scene,
yeah.
singer-songwriter and folk singers and stuff. So I think it really kind of there is, and even the '80s, you had new
New
wave,
wave.
um, and punk towards the end of the decade, into the
Yep.
'70s, going into the early '80s, and metal, all kind of competing with each other. So there is always kind of different, but the '90s definitely, and the 2000s for sure, was like all over the freaking place
Right.
as far as what you know. But yeah, I
So
think
I was just going to say that maybe I'm just thinking about maybe not a timeline for everyone. Maybe it's just like
yeah,
my personal life timeline. I
sure,
can
yeah,
hear like
yeah,
the 70s to me is Skinnerd and Fleetwood Mac.
hmm,
So maybe it's just like a personal taste and the way I
yeah, definitely,
associate it with that kind of history of life altogether.
yeah,
Especially
yeah, for
once you
sure,
point out New Wave, which I didn't give any credit to,
man.
the set disco, which was probably all cocaine, had to be.
Biggest bell bottoms.
I had a pair of bell bottoms.
Nice, nice. I had a pair of bell bottoms in high school. My grandma used to give us this big box of clothes as a present every year,
Oh wow.
uh, and a lot of those clothes were like not new clothes, you know. And I
Okay.
remember there was this pair of beige bell bottoms in there, and I was like, "These are freaking awesome!" And I wore them to school, and I wore them to school with another shirt that was in there, which was like a silk jungle print with actual animals on it and like a giant collar.
What?
And yeah, and people were like making fun of me. They were like, "You look like you stepped out of the '70s." Blah 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 blah. So I ended up taking the collar and folding it inside the shirt and wearing it like that. So I at least hid the collar. Um, but yeah, I wish I had been more confident in it because honestly, that was a dope outfit.
It's
Whatever.
usually how it
Yeah.
seems to progress for most people. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I was into those things however many years ago. And
Right.
then when it comes back around, you're just stuck going, really? I got zero play, zero attention. Y'all
Yeah.
hate it on a mother whatever.
Yeah.
But now you love it? Ah,
Hey, mullets are back, man. Mullets are
no,
back.
they're not. No. There is no reason ever someone should have a mullet. And I can
Man.
say this because I used to have one.
Yeah, me too. Mullets and dudes getting perms. And both kids are doing that too, man. And that's a disco thing. White dudes used to curl the crap out of their hair during disco. And that's back and freaking yeah. Mullets and white dudes getting perms are both happening right now.
That's so weird. I get it for back then
Yeah,
because that's what you were seeing on TV and blah
right.
blah blah, and that's obviously what all the girls liked. But are there girls out there right now that like mullets for real?
I don't know, brother.
Can you imagine? I can't, and that's whatever, just because of what I think about the haircut. But I can't
Yeah.
imagine any girl looking at a mullet and just being like, they don't have an expression for a hard on. I don't know, a bean tint. I don't know, but like that gives me a insert whatever their
Well,
word
insert
is.
whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I guess it's a little vulgar, so I don't know, but I suppose it would be, you know, creating an ocean, if you will. Yeah,
Basement flooding, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm also
I don't know,
not
Dirty
hip.
Dom though. Dominic Mysterio,
Yeah, true.
he's rocking that mullet pretty hard.
But because he's throwing tribute to Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who also had a mullet.
Also had a mullet. Yeah, the
I guess it
greatest mullet
takes.
in the history of wrestling is Shawn Michaels' mullet.
Oh yeah.
That thing was wild.
I wonder if that's why I got a mullet. I
I,
wish I could remember
dude,
why.
I definitely got a mullet because of Shawn Michaels. I literally was like, I want my haircut just like that, dude. Like,
I think I just wanted to, I don't know, have long hair and look cool. I really
yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember.
Business in the front,
Party in the
party
back.
in the back.
Oh my God.
Now
Awful.
I think short bangs are stupid, obviously. I'm
I
a
don't have
big,
enough hair to.
yeah, I'm a big
Uh,
bangs guy now. Thank you, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, this it's really interesting how that all plays together. We always end up not necessarily on the same topics, but the same kind of general theme.
Yeah.
And I don't know if is it a nostalgia thing? Does this album kind of bring out that nostalgia feel? Or is it
I
just,
think if you're talking about an era of music, I mean, what was going on in 2005? I'm not even,
I think we'd have to ask the Googles. Like, what would we
yeah,
even ask it? What were the most popular
songs in
songs in
2005.
'05 of all genres?
The only song that I remember from 2005 is that freaking Britney Spears song that no one likes, but it's her best song. It's her only song that I can stand. Um, it's a ballad. I think
Not
it's called
helping.
Anytime. I think it's, but yeah, or Every Time. But yeah, I remember that song from 2005. That's literally it.
Okay, evidently this doesn't know what it's talking about because bands in 2005, Destiny's Child, Smashing Pumpkins,
What?
they weren't,
I think the Smashing Pumpkins were all the way broke up in 2005.
yeah, I don't know what were the most popular bands in 2005. I don't know what else I can ask these idiots. And I'm so bad with dates that, here we
Yeah.
go, Billboard Hot 100. Maybe that'll
Okay.
give us, I bet it's a lot of
I should
50
just look at my
Cent.
CD collection and see what I bought in 2005.
Ugh. Popular or like pop music wise, it looks like uh Lifehouse.
Oh, sure.
A lot of it seemed The Killers, Mr. Brightside. That was in '05.
Okay. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I remember that tune. Yeah.
But it seems like a lot of the stuff is just pop.
Yeah.
Gorillas, you know what?
Mm.
Wow, that was in '05.
Oh, yeah. I'm happy. Right?
Yeah, so maybe it makes sense that 7 Degrees from Center had a more experimental kind of pop post hardcore vibe.
Yeah. Let's see. So I got The Phantom. I got Acceptance by Phantoms. Move Along by All American Rejects.
Hmm.
Oh, Strange and Beautiful, that Aqualung album.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
Out of
barely remember
Exile.
that.
Out of Exile by Audio Slave.
Yeah.
All the Stars and Boulevards by Augustana.
Oh
Seems
wow, I have them doing a cover of um it went right out of my head. It's a Fleetwood
dang.
Mac song, Dreams.
Okay. Oh,
It's
cool.
actually really good.
Nice. James Blunt's first album. It seems like it's a lot of freaking X and Y by Coldplay.
When did this kind of genre or whatever emerge or first take off? Do you know?
Oh man, I want to say around 2001-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Death Cab for Cutie broke out. So yeah, a lot of like emotional. Jen Christie's first album came out in 2005. Hey now.
I will not be saying anything about how long ago 2005 was now,
Right.
because that's one of the things I thought when, I first started this album. I was like, that's 20 years ago.
20 years ago, dude. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's mostly a lot of like, at least what I was listening to. John Cena and Trademark.
Oh, I remember that album. It was surprisingly good. Okay,
Yeah,
wait a
it
minute.
was.
There was a couple songs on that I would still listen to this day.
Yeah, Bad Man with a
Yep.
mic in my hands. I'm a bad man.
That's the song I like the most off of it.
Oh, so this was Lifehouse's big, big high school rock album with you and me on it.
I
Everyone
remember
at
the
the
moment. Um,
yeah, that was in the '90s though.
was it?
Yeah, yeah, falling or yeah, hanging on a moment. That was
That wasn't Lifehouse?
it was Lifehouse, but it was in the '90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like '97 ish. I want to say. So no, this is their self-titled album, and it had that tune "Cause It's You and Me."
Oh,
Yeah, it was like
yep.
the prom song that year. So that was them making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I wonder if they're still
Mew,
around.
Mew came out that year with Special.
Hmm.
Uh, that's a great song. "Wreck of the Day" by Anna Nalick. Anyway, nothing that sounded like this.
No,
There's nothing that sounded like this. That's for sure.
and they were just, or not just,
No,
who,
story of the
whatever.
year. Story of the year. Similar.
That's all straight pop. This is more
Yeah.
atmospheric. It's got a better, maybe that's why they were already kind of mythical when I, mm,
Yeah, this is, and I mean, obviously I'm not a hundred. Oh, make believe the Weezer album that had Beverly Hills on it.
oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean and I'm not saying I'm super representative of what everyone was listening to, but
Well, it kind of gives a good little memory jog
yeah.
because I can't think of, I was listening to all kinds of stuff, like always.
Hmm. Yeah. A Marie or that Touch album by A Marie. I don't know if you know
Mm,
that tune, but yeah,
I
that had a
probably would
couple
if I heard it.
couple big hits. Um, one of the songs on it was in that freaking Will Smith movie, Hitch. One
I
of the
remember the
songs,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of the songs was in that movie. Um,
I don't
but
know.
yeah,
These guys were, I'm gonna
way
Google
different from
it to
that.
find more. Like,
Yeah, the closest thing to them, like I said, would be Story of the Year. Um,
and still, that's more just pop from what I remember.
I mean, they had some hardcore stuff. They would do breakdowns and have some harsh vocals, but it was a lot closer to Fall Out Boy, who
Right.
also broke in 2005. That's when Sugar We're Going Down
Right.
exploded. Um,
And that was kind of a new new-ish kind of sound, them and
yeah,
Panic at the Disco.
yep, yep.
Those are the two I really remember. AFI maybe right around in there.
Sure, sure. AFI, Girls Not Gray. I think AFI might have been a couple years later, but still, same timeline.
I'm not a big fan of them. I've never,
I think they're okay. I like some of their tunes. I've got a couple of their albums, so
of course you do. You have a couple of all the
I
albums.
have a couple of everyone's album. Yeah. Is there anyone whose albums I don't have a couple of?
I wish I could put more of a stamp on what I would have been listening to in 2005.
Yeah.
That's we might have been honestly around when either we had just got out of training,
Okay.
so we were, at least I was doing the grind of the wrestling thing.
Right.
So you know how that is at first. I'm probably not listening to much of anything because everything I think of and everything around that time is make sure I got my gear. Does my gear not look stupid? What does my song that I
Right. Right.
chose
Right.
sound like? So
Right. Right.
maybe that's why it's so hard for me to place a any kind of definitive, oh, in 2005 I was doing this because it's too close to the beginning of that whole wrestling experience,
Sure. Sure.
which is
But
too
I mean, you
bad
had to listen
because,
to songs in the car, right?
oh yeah, but a lot of the
Yeah.
times we'd be just talking, whether
Right.
it would
Sure.
be riding with the Van Zants or DC talking about matches, trying
Yeah.
to, you know how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So I hate being in a car without music. Hate it. And I have a friend who doesn't like to listen to music in the car because it distracts him from driving.
Because he's a psychopath.
Yeah, dude. And I'm just like, oh man, it's Tevin. So
Oh,
yeah. And Tevin and I have taken, a few road trips together with no music. And sometimes I'll bring something and I'll be like, hey man, you should check this out.
yeah,
No.
I have to.
And he won't. He won't. He'll put it in for a couple minutes and then be like, oh, that's pretty good, and then turn it off.
Usually depends on who's driving, is usually the rule. Like when my
Yeah,
buddy
yeah, and he
Marcus is
drives
driving,
obviously because I don't. So it's his
right?
car. If he doesn't want music, then there's no music. But
Is
he's
that better or worse than
so much worse.
terrible music?
Oh, I would rather no. Oh gosh, because I just was like, would I rather listen to Broken Side or sit in silence? And I would rather sit in silence.
Yeah,
Broken Side is the worst band.
I don't know, man. I've heard some.
Dude, Broken Side is not even. They were so bad. Rolling Stone refused to review their album. They were like, we're not even gonna listen to this.
What style was it?
Crunkcore? You remember Crunkcore?
Wait, say that again?
Crunkcore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand those words. I understand how you're using them, but I cannot picture this.
They were so bad, dude. I will send you some Broken Side. You will listen to it for approximately 2.5 seconds, and you will realize it is the worst thing that you have ever heard in your life. Um,
Is it one of those bands that if you're on a first date with a girl and she's like, Broken Side is my favorite band?
Ooh, yes, yeah. I will at
You
least
just
make fun of her relentlessly because honestly, if Broken Side is her favorite band, she's probably a little mentally unhinged. So there might be a good time to be had there. But but
we're
yeah,
not particularly watching our language, right?
no, dude.
When you said that about there might be some fun to be had there because she's a
Yeah,
little, I
yeah,
have always said when friends or people I know would talk about the crazy exes they've been with or whatever, I have
yeah.
always said that crazy fucks better.
Bro, bro. I mean, fair.
I don't know if it's because I'm also not normal, so the
Yeah,
two mixings make it crazy because I don't want to be fair to any girls or whatever, but it always
right.
seems like
I mean,
I wonder if it's
yeah.
like that for girls.
I
If
don't
it's
know.
like
Yeah, I mean, I
if
would
that's the
think
bad boy
so.
thing.
Yeah, dudes who are super aggressive
Hmm.
really get it in, but I don't know. I'm not super aggressive, and I would like to think that I've shown a few ladies a good time. But
I've tried.
yeah, you know,
I've definitely tried a couple times.
yeah,
I'm
man.
trying to think why we were talking about if I've ever successfully used a song or an album or a concert or anything like that to pick up a girl or start the dating process. I don't think I've ever been like, "Oh, have you heard this song?" and had the dream
Yeah,
scenario where the girl's like, "No, why don't you tell me?" You know what I mean?
I've had the opposite of it.
What do you mean?
I was at a bar one time, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was going to see G Love,
Okay.
and there was this super hot girl. I was with my friend Tammy. Me and Tammy were just friends.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, and I go to get a drink, and the girl at the bar was like, talking to me about G Love and whoever was opening. I can't even remember who it was. I think it might have been Ray LaMontage. But anyway, somehow we got into talking about Dave Matthews, and she was like, "I hate Dave Matthews." I was like, dude, how can you hate Dave Matthews? And I start like ragging on this chick for hating Dave Matthews. And then her friend, see, here's the thing. Like, she was like, maybe you should, you know, tell me why you like Dave Matthews. Maybe we can figure it out. But then her friend was like, you need to leave my friend alone and go back over there to the girl you came with.
Oh, wow.
She screwed it all. And I was like, dude, she's just my friend. Tammy freaking cock blocked me. But Tammy did have a big old crush on me, so she was probably happy that she cockblocked me. But I mean, I'm sure she was standing behind us looking super sour. But but yeah,
I think um I think maybe I can tell a fun like music bar kind of dating-ish leading to other anyway. I was out with this friend of mine. We're not going to say her name or whatever.
okay,
But both of us were obviously single, so we were just kind of hanging out. We go to a
okay.
bar, we're playing pool, and "Give Me One Reason" by
Oh,
Tracy Chapman's
Tracy Chapman,
playing.
I hate that song.
I like that song, and so
Okay,
did my friend. And we're
hell
doing
yeah,
the weird little like catching each other, singing it to each other, and there's this
awesome. It was awesome.
cool little like sexy connection vibe going on. I'm still
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
with her to this day. We still every once in a while we'll talk on Facebook. So it didn't turn into
Love Connection.
uh it didn't turn into a serious dating situation.
Gotcha.
We stayed that good kind of friends where this was happening and then she something started dating somebody. So she just told me and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So we stopped messing around.
Right.
And then so many months later, she and this person split up, and it would be like, we were good enough friends where she'd just be like, how about I come over, we crack open some beer and listen to some music, you know what I mean? And
That's awesome, dude.
yeah, she's cool. She's real cool.
Yeah. I never
It's
had
just,
that kind of friend. That is awesome.
that's just the way it worked out. I don't,
Yeah.
looking
Anytime I
back
ever
on it,
hooked up with a friend, it got awkward and weird. And
that's usually what happens. But
yeah.
we kind of went
Uh,
into it knowing, hey, we're just having a good time, seeing where this
right.
goes.
Right. I do remember there was this chick who I really liked, dude.
This isn't going to end well. Go ahead.
I mean, it doesn't end well, but this part of the story is dope. Um, and I brought her to my house to watch Rain Man.
Oh, okay.
She wanted to see Rain Man. And it turned out my mom had loaned it to somebody else. So we didn't get to see Rain Man. So I was like, you want to just listen to music? And I put on G Love's first album.
Hmm.
And G Love is a funky motherfucker.
Yup.
So some things started happening. And then after G Love's first album ended, it went into She by Harry Connick Jr., which is another super funky album. So I had a good night that night.
That's funny. I don't think
Yeah.
I have an accidental music story like that,
Yeah.
but boy, I had a friend over, this is quite a long time ago. She had come up to visit or whatever. We're hanging out, we're already laying in bed, nothing's happening at this point, and we were both wrestling fans. So I had
Yeah.
this ECW tape that some VHS that someone had recorded for me. And we're sitting there hanging out, we're watching it, we're talking or whatever. And for some reason, it cuts off and it's basically porn.
Whoa. How you
Right.
doing?
So- right. So, and I didn't know this. I don't know who gave
Yeah.
me the tape, but I'm
Right.
like mortified in the instant. But the person was able to turn it into a funny kind of special little moment that
Yeah.
definitely led to some other activities.
That's awesome.
But I don't think I've ever been able to put something in like, oh, I bet if I play this album, ovaries are exploding. That's just not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it was about that G Love album. I think we talked about it later, and she said something along the lines like she thought that album would be a good album to bounce wow wow to. So, so she ended up going for it, and I was like, right on, dude.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Say no?
Yeah,
No,
she was
I don't want to
beautiful,
touch
dude.
pretty girl.
Yeah, she's beautiful. So
That's
that's one of the
funny.
only girls that I ever pursued and actually hooked up with. So usually,
I'd
if I
like to hear anybody that's listening. We know it's at least Ryan, at least Nate, if they have any
yeah,
stories with music and
romance
whether
or
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Whether it's
yeah,
getting it on or a nice little connection or what, I'd like to hear those stories.
yeah.
It's just like we are always saying, the way music is interwoven in all of life.
Did we talk about this? I feel like we talked about this on the podcast before. What our go-to like
Yeah.
tune was or style music style was, and yeah.
Yeah, because we talked about I really like Pretty Ricky.
Oh man,
Is there a
so
nice way like
uh,
to call an ex crazy? Like I don't mean it at all. The one I have in my mind, if I ran into her now, there'd be no hard feelings. It'd be like, "Oh, how are
yeah,
you?" So there's no problems.
yeah,
But I imagine I told a story of why I liked that Pretty Ricky song. I don't know why I'd bring it up and not. But the girl that I was dancing with on the radio when that was playing,
yeah,
crazy in all the good ways, right? But
yeah.
it somehow turned out that our movie as a couple was Saw.
Oh my god,
Because that's really how it started. Hey, you want to come over? Okay, we'll watch a movie. And
yeah,
Saw was the movie. And you know how
yeah,
that goes. You don't get through the movie.
yeah, yeah. I
So I don't
dated a
know if that
girl,
should have been a red flag.
right? I dated a girl very briefly, whose favorite movie was Natural Born Killers. She was obsessed with Mickey and Mallory, and she
That's a
would
red
say the
flag.
most insane things. Um, and yeah, things didn't work out.
Do you know you disappeared?
Did I disappear? Where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, there I am. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was here. I promise. I'm still
Man,
here.
I'm trying to think of more examples like that where I remember going over to a girl I liked's house. God, I wish I could remember more details. And listening to November Rain,
Hmm.
some reason. Like I remember sitting there waiting for her to come outside or something, listening to November Rain on, gosh, I would have still been in high school, so maybe Discman.
Okay.
And I can't remember. Oh, no, I got another fun one.
Okay.
I'm sure this happens with a lot of people, right? Everybody remembers Spin the Bottle.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I've seen it on TV.
you've never done the,
I've never played Spin the Bottle, dude. Yeah.
oh God, the song, I can barely remember the details except for the song that was playing when I got to whatever kiss my
Yeah.
turn with a pretty girl was it's on the tip of my tongue. John Mellencamp, and there's a part in it that's very anthemy.
Hmm.
It's not play guitar. It's not forget all that macho shit. It's not that break.
Right.
It might be. Oh man, it's something in Pink Houses or one of
Okay.
those songs. I wish I could remember now because it's messing up the memory. But
Yeah.
I don't remember the girl. No offense to her. I'm sure in my
Yeah.
mind she was beautiful and I'm thankful and all that good stuff.
Right.
But I remember the song.
Is it Rain on the Scarecrow?
Nope, wasn't Rain on the Scarecrow.
Okay. That's got a pretty strong break.
Nope,
Uh,
I'm not gonna. It might have been Jack and Diane because that song was everywhere.
okay.
Other than that, I mean, I've obviously put on music while getting
Yeah.
down to business, but
Yeah.
that's usually with girlfriends. It's not like, hey,
Sure.
come over to my house and I can throw in Keith Sweat, Nobody, and it just spontaneously. Life's not a movie.
It is not. Life is not a movie. Yeah.
Oh my God, so
Oh,
funny.
let it rock. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
icons kissing
Let it
somebody.
roll at the
That's Jack and
precinct.
Diane. That is
That's
Jack
the
and
yeah,
Diane.
that's the line too.
There you go.
That's
There you go,
funny.
man. Jack and Diane. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I have memories like that, but they're a little more explicit. Like the first time my ex-wife and I ever, you know, went all the way.
Yeah.
Airplane by the Red Hot Chili Peppers was playing.
Yeah.
Pretty appropriate. Ah, but I like pleasure spiked with pain and music is my
I
role playing. You know,
lost my virginity
yeah,
with Guns N' Roses playing in the background.
nice. I lost my virginity in a basement, so they're on the floor, so there was no music playing. Unfortunately, we were making out upstairs, and yeah, one thing led to another, and then we were downstairs in the basement, so we didn't get caught.
I think, man, it's so hard for me to remember dates when that was. I think I wasn't even a freshman yet. I'd have been gone into my freshman year.
Yeah,
So what would that have made me? 15, 16, 14, 15, 16?
yeah, going into your freshman year, 14, 15.
A
Yeah,
handful of years ago now, more than 20,
yeah,
I was living in Seymour because I had redated a high school sweetheart from then, and I was working at a factory over there. And I'm sure you can guess where this is going. That girl
yeah.
worked there.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah, there was no problems. It's just she told a couple people, and I just laughed it off, and it's like it's a true
Right,
story. I don't know what to do
right.
at this point. It's I'm in my memory, it's
Mhm.
awkward as all hell. Like
Yeah,
I am not Don Juan over here. We're not porn thrusting and no.
right, right, right. Dude, the weirdest thing, like years and years, my first girlfriend, who I was with from 16 until 18, but there was about 6 months at the end where we weren't together,
Right.
like physically together. Um, she looked me up a few years ago because we have a daughter uh, that I knew about but never knew. She was given up for adoption.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she looked me up a few years ago to see if I wanted to meet my daughter online, and we talked and stuff, and it was really cool. I think this was around like 2010. But we reminisced,
You
obviously, and talked
disappeared
about.
again.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you're leaning back just a little too far, maybe.
Yeah, my back is kind of scrunchy, so maybe when I lean
Kind of
down a little
old.
bit too much to try to make my back not hurt.
Hmm.
But yeah, so we talked about old times and whatever, and I remember like I felt like our sex life was weird,
Hmm.
for personal reasons that I'm not going to get into.
Right.
But she said all she remembered about it was that it was really, really good. And
Go team.
I was like, right on.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'm like, okay, cool.
I'd almost I'd almost be afraid to ask. I
Yeah,
first off, I can't think of, even though there's exes in my life that I have great relationships with,
yeah,
at least a couple, but not to the point where I could be like, hey, you feel like telling me what our sex life was from your perspective?
right, right,
Because
right. Yeah, I mean,
that's awkward. Not for me, but I could see why an ex or whatever asking you that would be like,
yeah,
no, you creep.
yeah. I think most of the women who I had one night stands with the exception of maybe one, would be like, eh. But most of the women who I had long term relationships with would be like, right on. So that's kind of where, you know,
I
there's
wonder if
probably
it's,
a few here and there that, whatever, would deviate, but
I would think it's beneficial for both parties to have music on.
yes, rhythm is important, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yes, rhythm is important.
That's what I was gonna say, especially for maybe you and I music lovers,
Yeah,
because I will instinctively start swaying and moving with the
right.
music, and I can't dance
And
for shit. That ain't gonna happen.
right.
But I'll move with music in, not involuntarily, but almost absent-mindedly.
Yeah. And I always try to last 3 to 5 songs at a minimum. So there's that too.
Do you ever, oh gosh, how can we go here without getting too, did you ever have to do those tricks in your mind where you're like, no, 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 think about baseball, think about
Oh,
Granny
dude.
Naked, think about anything other
See,
than,
my problem is if I'm doing those tricks, I might do them a little too much, and then
yes,
we got to stop anyway. So, so yeah,
right.
nah, man. I just if it happens, it happens, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think I have pretty good concentration, and I do all right, or I did all right. I haven't done that particular activity in a long time, but but
I'm gonna go ahead and plead the fifth.
yeah. And by that particular activity, I mean disco dancing.
Boom.
Haven't done the sprinkler in a while.
It's funny that I had a cocaine problem
Yeah,
and don't like disco
that is funny.
because
Yeah,
disco is cocaine.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the disco was what caused, or cocaine was what caused disco for
Right.
sure.
I wonder, I know that's always been the talk or what everybody says, but
Yeah,
I would be interested. Do you know about the real Rick Ross, not the
yeah,
rappers,
yeah, 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 yeah,
how he
yeah.
brought in all the crack and everything?
Right, right, right.
And then, wait, timeline wise, cocaine was first.
Before crack, sure. Yeah,
Right. So I
yeah.
wonder if there's not some kind of connection there with how it was brought to, I don't know, middle class. Let's go with middle class. I don't want to say
Yeah.
just white people because that's
Right.
not true.
Right.
And here's cocaine. So now you think disco's great because you want to move and you're fast. You're
Yeah.
so
The, yeah. The
with it
funny
being
thing.
around the same situation and timeline, I don't think I can connect any music to crack or that era because,
Yeah.
crack cocaine was a real problem for,
I mean, there was, White Lines and a lot of Sugar Hill Gang stuff. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Sugar Hill Gang. There's a lot of hip hop
Yep,
where
you're
they
right.
were like, drugs are bad, man. Don't be smoking this crack.
You're
You
right.
know. Um. So, but yeah,
And I
it's funny
didn't.
because White Lines, Melly Mel actually said that when he recorded that album, he was high, or that song, he was high on cocaine. So yeah, like I recorded the anti-drug song while I was on drugs. But
That's funny.
yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I
Well,
didn't
that's a great
create
song.
much when I was doing it, but I have ADHD and a stimulant is what they give me now to
Right.
do the
Balance you
thing.
out. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think that was my problem. I would do a couple lines or drink it in a glass.
sure.
I used to love parachuting. Anyway,
Dude, my thing about drugs,
mhm,
the only drug that I did with any regularity was weed. And then I would dabble in other stuff.
I was
So it was, yeah,
so anti-weed until my late 30s.
yeah,
I knew okay, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus at all. I knew people growing up that I was close to that I respected and everything that were casual, you know.
yeah, yeah.
And then I also knew someone again that was really close to me and older, so I looked up to them uh who treated it like crack, like a priority, like
My
they had
brother,
to. I mean,
yeah,
I've seen this person do their budget and that's
right,
first.
right, right,
So I always had this, yeah, no, thank you.
right.
And then
Yeah,
I got older and I started, I don't even know, maybe Rogan, you start hearing people talk about it in a more positive way.
sure.
So if it was legal in Indiana, I
Yeah,
might do it just for music. Like I couldn't work or uh, do this, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
that's
like
it though.
I stopped doing drugs altogether when I was 20. So that's kind of weird, but yeah, and I mean, I had a couple little moments here or there where you know, but not many because I had to stop for my mental health.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like I started smoking weed when I was like 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Started smoking it pretty regularly when I was like 15.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so then from 15 to 20, it was a lot of weed, pills,
Mm.
sometimes for fun, other things every once in a while. And I did acid for like a whole summer when I was 18. Um,
I don't know if I'd want to do that much acid. I know I wouldn't ever do acid again.
yeah, it ended up being a very bad idea at the end of the day. Um, yeah, I ended up having like a really bad trip. It screwed up my ability to listen to Monster Magnet and Mind Funk, which are two of my favorite bands, but I can't even listen to them anymore.
There's a
So that
song
sucks.
off of Monster Magnet's second album, I think. I
Yeah.
think the album is called Negasonic. Um,
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
is that the name of the album?
I don't know if that's the name of the album, but that's one of their songs.
The song I'm thinking of, uh, I'm drawing complete blank. I'll just go with the line that I always remember. He
Okay. Is it
says,
Space
"We are
Needle?
all here, my friends, all dead and spaced, but oh so beautiful."
Yeah, man.
It's on that
Dude.
album. It's not Look to the Orb to Save You. It's not Negasonic Teenage Warhead,
Okay.
and I'll never remember it. But other than that, I always wanted to like Monster Magnet, I just
Dude.
didn't.
Oh man. First
Spacewalk
Monster
turned
Magnet
me
song.
off.
First Monster Magnet song I ever heard was Face Down. And holy shit, that song melted my face, dude. Like,
Really?
yeah. I'll be floating, spinning and laughing. That's
He just
fire, dude. His
he
vocal
makes some vocal
melodies.
choices I don't like.
Really? See, that was
Yeah.
what I loved. He's got such cool vocal melodies. And all that fuzzy, like I love Steppenwolf and all that stuff. I mean, like, all that fuzzy 70s guitar that they were doing. It
The
was just
song is the same name of the album. It's called Dopes to Infinity.
okay, right on. Yep. Dopes to Infinity is a good album.
I think and this ties in, actually I
But
can
Super
tie this
Judge was my jam. That was my Monster Magnet album. I loved Super Judge.
I think I can tie both these things in. Monster Magnet and Life of Agony, who we've talked about.
Sure.
I believe I would have still been in high school around there, so I'm not sure what age, but there was a pawn shop in Shelbyville.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have left out towns, but who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
I lived there for years, blah, blah. And I bought that album, which we just found out was Dopes to Infinity
Dopes to Infinity, sure.
and Life of Agony Ugly.
Okay.
I had heard Monster Magnet, I think.
Okay.
So those two albums were my introduction to
Okay.
those.
Yeah, see, my introduction to Monster Magnet was Super Judge. And then I went back and bought that really trippy ass EP that they put out. I think it was called Tab something or other. Obviously, it was created on acid. Like it was
Yeah.
just the weirdest freaking album, dude. I don't even remember if it had vocals on it because Dave played guitar too. I don't think there's any vocals on that EP.
Oh,
It's the
wow.
weirdest freaking just psychedelic sounds. And yeah,
So,
and I love Through and
but
Through. Through and Through is
yeah.
such a great song. So yeah, I love River Runs Red. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah. We talked about
very
that.
strange that he dies in the end.
Yeah.
Such a weird choice, dude.
It's
The
interesting
narrator
that you bring
freaking
up,
dies.
I know, like so I can
Man.
actually bring this all the way back around.
Okay.
Did I tell you by any chance how my friend Nate and I, who suggested this album, became friends?
Oh, I can't remember, dude. So you might as well retell.
All right, so I'm on acid,
Okay.
hanging out at Shell. God, what is
Okay.
this? A Kevin
As you
Smith
will.
movie? What?
As you will. I said as you will.
And I don't know how I knew this girl, probably here and there or whatever, but she comes and she's hanging out, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm freaking. So she starts babysitting me, basically.
Okay.
We spend the weekend together. Stuff happens. Oh,
Okay.
this is funny, actually. Her mom was a teacher who I was being taught by. God, this is hard to do without.
Without
And
exposing.
when her mom found out that me and this girl were doing the thing, she told her mom that I was her first.
Whoa.
That's weird and awkward because that wasn't true. So
Okay.
anyway, we have this weekend fling, and it is what it is. Do you remember? Probably not because you're not from Shelbyville.
Yeah.
Shelbyville used to have a pool hall that had actual arcade games in it.
Oh yeah, no, I have no idea.
A couple nights, maybe a weekend, not long after this incident, I'm in there, and a guy I sort of know is Nate, who suggests this album is now like a brother to me. I love that guy.
Yeah.
And we're playing games. I don't remember what it was, and just talking and starting a friendship. And he tells me that he was dating the girl I just.
Ooh.
So for some
Yeah.
reason, I tell him the
Wow.
truth. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, I just like
Pound chicken wow wow. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And as weird as it is, I mean, I'm not not friends with this girl. She moved on and done her life, and me and Nate are still close friends to this day. And
Right
it's
on,
all
man.
because of acid, pretty much.
That's hilarious, dude. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Monster Magnet play.
Yeah, how were they?
Really good. They opened for White Zombie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a cool show. It was in a little club.
Ooh.
But one of the cool things about it was White or Monster Magnet, because it was in a little club and it's not like there was pyro or whatever. They
Hmm.
put up a sheet behind them, and it flashed like images from comic books and stuff on it the whole time they were playing.
Oh, cool.
Yes, that was neat. Yeah, it was like
What
Silver
era?
Surfer. I remember Silver Surfer being on it. Like that's yeah.
What era of White Zombie? Like what
Uh,
album?
Los Exorcisto.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
before it was obviously, before it was massive.
Right.
So I think I told this story before, but there was a club back home called Max's. It was a metal club,
Hmm.
and White Zombie used to come down from New York or come up from New York City and play Max's like once a month, dude.
Oh, okay.
It was wild. And like I said, I remember when I saw him, they were like Rob Zombie said, "We're White Zombie and we're the house band." That's what he said. So it's pretty funny. Um, I remember me and my first girlfriend were hanging out at McDonald's, and I left my boombox with some tapes. And I was like, "Crap! I went to listen to music that night to go to bed." And I was like, "Crap! I got to go back and get my radio. I left it at McDonald's, and they were closed,
Uh-oh.
but they had forgotten to lock the door." Which that awesome luck, you know what I'm saying? I
Right.
walk in there, and these dudes are like blaring my freaking White Zombie tape.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey, man, is that my stuff?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, man, I love White Zombie. You got some cool tapes in here, Wrathchild America and Caius." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I love all that stuff." And he was like, "How did you get the White Zombie album? It's they play Max's all the time." And I was like, "Dude, they're on Geffen."
Yeah.
I was like, "I bought it at the freaking mall. Go down and get your own." It's like,
Well,
it's-
yes and no, kind of. Like
yeah,
I remember when White Zombie was, boy, I was still in Seymour, so we're talking 93,
yeah,
ninety
yeah, yeah, yeah,
four.
definitely, yeah,
But
90.
that album was already out,
Yeah. Dude,
but it
honestly,
was
it might
hard
have
to
been
get for some reason.
right. When I had I was 16. So it would have been 92 was when I got it. And that's probably why the guy was like, "But I seriously bought it at the mall." Like,
Hmm.
because you can find stuff at the mall sometimes. I
Yeah.
got some pretty rare crap from the mall if you just, go look for it.
Yeah.
Um,
We used to have better music stores back in the day.
yeah, yeah. I think I heard like Black Sunshine on the radio, on the metal show, not on regular radio.
Right.
And I was like, "Oh, dude, this is so good." And so I went down and bought it, and that was, yeah. So I
You know
got
what
it.
stands out talking about White Zombie?
Yeah,
I've seen them live. They opened for Pantera. It was cool.
sure.
But what I really, really remember in my pin in time for White Zombie is Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah, they loved or White Zombie.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead loved White Zombie. Yeah,
Yeah. I remember, I don't remember what they said, but I remember they loved White Zombie.
yeah.
And many years ago, my friend Ted
Mhm.
and I, for some reason, remembered there's this whole bit about Pantera in
Okay.
Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah.
and they're saying like Pantera's music, like your dad beats you. Are you gonna cry,
Right.
Pantera?
You're gonna cry,
And for some reason, me and my friend Ted kept saying that back and forth, like, "Oh, you gonna cry, Pantera? Should I give you another beer?"
dude.
And this was years and years and years and years after Beavis and Butthead had been canceled. It was
Right, right,
before they'd even made their little comeback.
dude. You know what's funny about that? Do you remember This Time by Life of Agony?
Yeah.
So when they played This Time by Life of Agony on Beavis and Butthead, you expect them to like it because it's a super heavy song, right? And they were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
this guy hates his dad." It was like the whole song, the whole thing was making fun of the dude from Life of Agony for his dad not being there. They were like, "He doesn't have a dad."
Are you sure? Because that's the Pantera shtick.
No,
You're gonna
yeah, because they
cry,
totally
Pantera?
did
Get out
it.
there and mow the lawn.
No, they totally did it with Life of Agony too.
Funny.
Yep, because This Time is about,
Yeah.
when we gonna get together. It's about his dad not being there, and they freaking, yeah, dude, they made fun of him the
That
whole
band has
time.
had an life of agony. Have
He's
kind of haven't had an interesting career.
Keith is a dude again now, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't
Okay.
know. people got to find themselves, you know. I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, good for him, I guess, if he's good. One of
Yeah.
the things that I thought was really cool about Life of Agony, if you ever read the liner notes to River Runs Red, Keith Caputo,
Hmm.
or Caputo, in all the thank yous, everyone's thanking their family and whatever. He said, "I would like to thank me."
Me.
And he was just like, because every time we hit a hard time or whatever, I pointed the finger at myself. And
Hmm.
just like I pointed the finger inward when we were doing badly, all the success that we have, anything that comes to us, I also credit to myself. It's like, wow, dude. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
bold.
Yeah, he didn't even think the other people in the band. He's just like, I think this guy in the mirror. Like, freaking man.
I wonder if it was like a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing, or
I don't know, dude. Like, he's a pretty serious guy. Like any interviews that I ever saw with him or whatever, he was not fucking around. So I
hmm.
think I think he really meant it.
I
Yeah,
know the guitar player was like that. He's very
yeah.
Brooklyn, very New
Yeah, I was
York.
gonna say, and coming from New York City,
Yeah.
and being a little dude, like Keith Caputo was a little dude,
Oh
man.
yeah.
So I think, he probably had a chip on his shoulder.
They straight rock live though.
Oh, dude, they were so good. So good. I saw them in Apartment 26, and I can't remember the rest of the bands on the lineup. But it was like a pretty big metal show at this club in Milwaukee called The Rave. They were dope, dude.
When they got back together, I don't know if you'll remember, but they got back together and released that um River Runs Red Again
Yeah,
live
yeah.
kind of.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then they went back apart. My buddy
Right.
Marcus surprised me till the very day we were going. He's just like, "Hey, I got us some tickets. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell you what it is." Because he knew I was a big Life of Agony fan.
Right, right.
And we went and seen him at Bogart's in Cincinnati, and
Nice. Nice.
they were good,
Dude, I
as you know.
saw oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say that you've seen them. They're
Yeah, yeah,
very good live.
yeah. I saw Fuel with
Yeah.
Sloth and Revis at
Yeah,
that
you
club.
said something about that when I'm talking to um
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah. I
I
saw
don't
them.
know Sloth.
Sloth. They sounded kind of like Soundgarden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a song called Someday that was on the radio, like rock radio, X radio, and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Pretty good tune. Black singer with dreadlocks playing heavy music, so it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, so Sloth. Maybe we should do Sloth. I wonder if their album is streaming. That'd be cool.
I
Um,
can look it up as you're telling the story right now,
okay.
actually. You're disappearing again.
Am I? Dang it, dude, my back hurts.
I know, we're old.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I saw that. I saw Clutch at that
I
same
love
club.
Clutch.
Yeah, and I saw Life of Agony at that club. So a couple good shows, man. I was supposed to go see Mind of Self Indulgence, but we ended up not going. I don't know what that show would have been like, dude.
I think I've seen them
Yeah. Was it
because my buddy
nuts?
Marcus has been big into them.
Yeah.
All right, was the Sloth album from '03 called Dead Generation?
Yes. Yes. That is it.
It's on here.
I mean, we could review it sometime.
Original version, original version, original version. I don't know why it says that, but 11 songs.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that band.
They're good. They're good. I like them.
Yeah.
I still have the album.
Nice.
Yeah, but Someday's a really cool song. It's definitely the best song on the album. They picked the right
Mhm.
single for sure. Dude, speaking of comebacks, it is wild. Like Revis is doing their thing, man. They put out 2 albums in the last 3 years and freaking touring and stuff. Like
The name kind of like jars something, but I'm
Caught in the
not sure.
Rain. It was
What?
on the Daredevil soundtrack. Caught in the Rain. It was on the Daredevil soundtrack.
Hmm.
I was
The
caught in
standout
the
from the
rain.
which Daredevil? The Ben Affleck giant
Yeah, the Ben
floating one?
Affleck one. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the Ben Affleck one. Caught
you
in
know what? Honestly, the track I remember the most from that is that Evanescence song
Oh, sure. That's
because of
yeah.
because of the guy
Wake
from
me
12
up.
Stones
Yeah, yeah.
who didn't end up being that. I didn't like that album very much, like I wanted
Stone
to.
album was kind of bland.
Yeah, it's kind of Bush.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special. And Amy Lee hated his part in that song. The record company made them put him in the song because new metal was so huge.
Yep,
So they made them write that part, so they could have a rock rap part in the song.
that makes sense.
And they hate that part of the song.
Were
So
they on Roadrunner by any chance?
I think they might have been, actually.
That's is that Ross Robinson
I'm not
when
sure.
he started getting real big?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure.
I'd have to look it up. There's
Yeah.
another band that's like that. They were all just kind of thrown together by,
Right.
I'm pretty sure, Ross Robinson, called Cellophane.
Okay.
Very underrated album. It's
Yeah.
very neat, the different styles it mixes up, and the singer is schizophrenic.
Oh, okay.
So they were on Ozfest. They were on the very first Ozfest. I think I
I
mentioned
feel
it
like I've heard
before.
Cellophane before.
The song is called Ride Thy Neighbor.
Okay.
There's a VHS somewhere of the first Ozfest and a
Sure.
and a CD.
Okay.
On the VHS, they do Ride Thy Neighbor, which
Okay.
is actually the worst song on the album. But on the album, they do the best song on it, which is called Down.
Okay.
So that's just, it's one of those albums that most people I know that love music don't know anything about this band. And
Sure.
they were
Sure.
just
Sure.
thrown together in the studio.
That's crazy, man. That is wild.
That
You
doesn't
would
happen
think,
very,
like, I mean, I guess if you're a good musician, you can play something with anybody.
right?
But if you're gonna make like really good music, you would think there would have to be a history, you know? But
You would think. I mean, they only had the one album and poof, they were gone.
right. Interesting. Interesting. Trying to think, are there other albums? Are there other bands like that?
Like bands, probably not that I know of.
We're just
I
like
know in
thrown together, you know?
boy bands and girl
Sure.
bands that happens, but as
Sure. The
far as like
monkeys.
who,
The monkeys. Yeah.
yeah, they're kind of a unique case because they could
Yeah.
play.
Right. Right.
They
Right.
were, to
And-
me, they're a parody band, but
yeah.
they weren't a bunch of hacks.
Right. 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 Well, the thing that's crazy about the monkeys too is originally they didn't let them play the instruments.
Oh,
They were like, you guys are going to just sing on these songs. We're going to hire studio musicians to play the instruments. We're also going to get studio musicians to do backing tracks to sweeten your vocals. Like it was all. And then at one point, Mike Nesmith was just like, fuck this. He's like,
right.
I'm a musician. We're all musicians. And that's when you got like the later era of the Monkees, which was way closer to like the Beach Boys and stuff like
Mm.
that. Um, like Pleasant Valley Sunday and stuff like that. Because they finally just got tired of it. They were like, you got us in here pretending to be musicians when we're actually musicians. So it was a
It's
wild
interesting
situation.
that you go into that and then bring up the Beach Boys. I don't know if I've told you, probably have, because
Hmm.
we love John Cusack.
Yeah.
There's a movie called Love and Mercy where John
Okay.
Cusack plays, was it Brian Wilson? That was,
Yeah. The crazy guy. Yeah.
yeah, and it's phenomenal. It
I can check
shows
that
how
out.
he's freaking out, but
Right.
making pet sounds,
Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
and it's John Cusack.
That's cool. Is Charles Manson in it?
I don't think it touches on that weird
That's
Manson
strange
kind
that
of.
they were best friends. You know?
Well, boy, there's this book. Ryan and I talked about it because he's reading it. It's called
Yeah.
Chaos, that
Okay.
basically shows that Charles Manson was a CIA asset. Whether they taught him how to.
Yeah. We talked about this. We talked
Right.
about this. Yeah.
So, according to that book and those kind of timelines, they weren't really close friends. It was more like Charlie had drugs and girls,
Okay.
and the other guy from not Brian Wilson,
Mike. Oh yeah. The guy who Brian Wilson hates.
right?
Right.
But he was just kind of hanging out, doing drugs and having sex with
Okay.
the girls,
Gotcha.
and promising Manson that he would, what's the
Help
term,
him
put
make
him
his.
on or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah. Give him the rub.
right? And I think he just like did the thing where he's like, all right, I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that was part of the whole Manson freak out thing.
Yeah, it's funny because Ryan, speaking of Ryan, did this trivia thing. I don't know if he just sent it to me or if he posted it somewhere. But he was like, "What artist has had his songs covered by both Guns N' Roses and the Beach Boys?" And I was
Manson.
like, "Charles Manson." I was like, "It's not even hard." And he was like, "Oh man," but yeah, like,
What a another really weird case of music influencing.
yeah,
Some of it might have been bullshit, and I've heard that most of it kind of was the whole him saying the White Album was talking
right,
to him and Helter Skelter and all of that.
yeah, yeah,
But music definitely has a huge part in what he was doing, either
yeah, no,
to people
right,
or he was writing this kind of poppy, I don't know, stuff that does not, if you put it in, somebody would go, this is weird. What kind of weird poppy? And you go, oh, this is
right,
Charles Manson.
right, right,
It
right,
doesn't
right,
really fit.
yeah. Well, you know the song "Night Prowler" by AC/DC.
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, I mean it's basically a song about a guy crawling into girls' windows in the middle of the night and doing what he wants.
Right. Sounds like the Night Stalker story, Richard Ramirez. Ramirez.
That's the guy.
Oh, it's about him?
No, he took inspiration from that song.
No.
Yeah, dude. When they arrested him, he had an AC/DC hat on.
I know he was into metal. Like I read one, it's been a
AC/DC
long
was,
time.
yeah. So I found that out because I wrote an article about like we had to write a paper that debated both sides
Mm,
of an issue, and then at the end say which side we fell on. And mine was on censorship in music, and that was one of the things that I cited as a reason to censor music. But no, but because I had to, you know.
right. Yeah, I get it.
But at the end, I sided with not censoring music, obviously.
I
But
am, I,
yeah,
I understand why people would think they need some censorship, right?
yeah,
I am not for it. I do not
either,
want
dude.
artistic expressions censored. I don't.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's up to the parent to make sure, like, I knew whatever violent video games or books or movies or music I was listening to wasn't real life.
right. And that's the thing. If you are raising a healthy child and you are paying attention to your child, it doesn't matter what outside influences they
Mhm.
absorb, because that's not their character. That's
Right,
not what's gonna shape them.
right,
Like the people who get shaped by things outside of their home are the people who don't have a home life that is shaping them, you know?
right.
Um, so
Isn't there a
yeah,
saying like that? If you don't raise your kids, the media will, or the
yeah,
internet
yeah, yeah,
will,
sure,
or
sure.
something?
Yeah.
I got lucky. I know you've talked about your
Yeah,
parents
my family
at
life
least.
was trash.
Dude, mine was a sitcom. I've said that a bunch. I wish I knew how to make a sitcom
Yeah,
because I could turn up all the personalities of just my household growing up
right.
and make it relatable and again, like I said a bazillion times, music just all through it from every angle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, my mom played music all the time too,
Did you
honestly.
have any like posters on the wall or anything like that?
Yep, Alabama and the Bee Gees.
The reason I ask is we were talking about you said something about the band basically being put together and made me think Milli Vanilli, right?
Oh, sure.
That makes me think of my older sister who was big into Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
And when I thought of her, it made me think of the Peacemaker TV series.
Okay.
Because do you remember Nelson?
No. Oh yeah, of course. I can't
They
live without you. Yeah.
they are in the
I
Peacemaker
know.
series.
I know. And apparently that album's really good. Like I
I
guess
doubt it.
they're well, James Gunn says their new album is really good. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But my sister growing up had a big old,
Nelson poster. So
yep.
did my girlfriend.
Was it
Yeah.
I think they're leaning on their guitars with their long hair, being all like
Yeah,
sexy and
yeah, yeah. My girlfriend had a door poster of John Bon Jovi, like the Blaze of Glory. Like he's got the chaps on and the vest with no shirt on. He's got his guitar next to him, and it was a door poster. I don't know if they even still make door posters, but yeah, it was yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. I had posters of Samantha Fox on my wall and Christina Applegate and Nicole Eggert.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Killing Joke are?
Of course.
I had a big like vinyl Killing Joke
Cool, cool.
poster on the wall, but other than that, I don't. I
I
think
had a Somewhere in Time poster.
Somewhere in Time.
Or not Somewhere in Time, I'm sorry. Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Same band though. Iron Maiden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think we could put posters on the wall because they didn't want us to stab. Of course, our parents didn't want us stabbing thumbtacks or
See,
nails or.
that was one of the joys of my parents not paying attention to me. I could put whatever I wanted on the wall.
I think my
I
room
had
was
wrestlers
slope.
on the wall. I had, yeah.
That's funny.
I would spend hours just sticking crap on the wall, dude. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you got to decorate your
I
space. It's
mean,
a
brother, even as a grown man, like right now, I have a big flag of a wolf. I have a Justice League poster. I have a Warp Tour poster. My Chemical Romance, Boondocks, Constantine. Yeah.
I
So,
am in the comic book room, so I
yeah,
have a couple things that I've bought, and actually, this has been here. I don't know how long it's been here since this was my human's house long before. There's
right.
a tapestry of the Last Supper.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
never took it down because, again, this ties into music. Do you know all the weird stuff about the Last Supper?
No, I guess not. Not if there's weird
One
stuff.
of the things is, and I don't know how you make it show up, but evidently there are music notes hidden in the painting
Interesting.
and it makes a song.
Huh.
Man, I wish I could. Of course, was it Michelangelo? Did that
Yeah,
kind of thing, like
yeah, right,
Stanley
right, right.
Kubrick does.
Yeah. Michelangelo also painted the Sistine Chapel, right? Is that him?
Yes.
Okay.
Or that might be Da Vinci, actually. I don't know. The Sistine Chapel is Michelangelo. The Last Supper might be
Might
Da
be Da
Vinci.
Vinci. Okay.
But there's supposed to be a hidden, like, what do you call that when it's the notes and everything written out?
Tab?
Yeah, that's what I think of it as, but it's got the
Yeah.
notes and everything. Somehow, I can't see it in this tapestry because obviously, but
Right.
there's supposed to be a
To look that
song
up.
hidden in there.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now just because
Okay.
I don't know if I'm a giant nerd or
Yeah.
I love that kind of hidden.
For some
Well,
reason,
go ahead.
The Last Supper makes me think of Crash Test Dummies.
Speaking of bands that were terrible,
Oh, I like the Crash Test Dummies. Superman song? He never made any money saving the world from Solomon Grundy?
nope.
No, he never did that.
Okay. The notes in The Last Supper refer to a theory that musician Giovanni Maria Palla discovered a hidden musical composition within Leonardo da Vinci's painting, as detailed in his book La Musica Salata. Yep, claims that the loaves of bread on the table and the hands of the apostles form a musical score when a five-line staff is drawn across the painting. When read from left to right or right to left, following Leonardo's writing style, the arrangement of the bread and hands create a 40-second melody that sounds like a solemn hymn.
Interesting.
Very.
Interesting.
And I'm not going to, yeah, I am just because I want it saved here. There's
Hmm.
a YouTube video of somebody explaining it and
Okay.
playing the song.
Huh. I wonder what makes somebody even see that. They're like, hey, there's notes.
Maybe if you know, like, uh, I went through we probably talked about this. I'm on a Stanley Kubrick kick because
Okay.
I know he does that. He hides all kinds of stuff in his
Sure,
movies.
sure, sure.
So
Sure.
maybe if you already know, which I do also that Da Vinci and other people like him would hide things in these paintings because A, you were told, you were
Yeah.
commissioned or whatever, you were painting the Last Supper.
Right, right,
And
right.
some of these guys might not necessarily believe the same kind of Christian values.
Yeah.
That's why you talk about the Sistine Chapel. That's the one with God
The
doing the
fingers. Yeah,
pull
yeah.
my finger.
Yeah.
Have you seen how that's actually supposed to be a brain? And
No.
oh my God, we should have brought this up
Wild.
when we had dinner so I could.
That is wild.
Oh, dude, some of those, there are theories that those guys weren't even real. It's just the
Like Da
collection of all
Vinci and
this.
those guys? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard about that. I've heard about that. Like oh, what was it? Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but there was like, yeah, there's a theory and it's got a name and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, just like Shakespeare, people say
Yeah.
he only wrote like two plays or something, and then yeah, someone else wrote all the rest. Other people
Uh,
wrote all the rest.
Sir Francis Bacon,
Yeah, that's wild.
but not by himself. I think it was a like a group effort,
Yep.
and that's the point of the Shakespeare plays. There is subversive,
Hmm.
and that's been going on in music for. Oh well, that's what music is, right?
Yeah.
You're gathering around the, I guess it would have been campfire, and
Right.
trying to tell a story, trying to express yourself, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Oh man, I was gonna say something. I can't remember what. Dag nabbit. It's
You
gone.
said dag nabbit.
Yeah.
There's a
I love
lot of
Yosemite
examples,
Sam, dude. Yosemite Sam's the man. Dag nabbit. Rassin, frassin, hassin, rassin.
right?
Yeah, man.
Some of the early
Cartoons
classics like that.
don't make them like that anymore.
No.
Nobody in a cartoon is pulling out a gun and making a rabbit walk a plank. That's
Right.
not happening anymore.
People are too soft.
Yeah, yeah.
How?
Oh,
Go
Stanley
ahead.
Kubrick. That's what I was gonna say. Gonna say something about.
Okay.
Have you ever read A Clockwork Orange?
No.
Dude, so the movie's only half the book.
Right.
They made Stanley Kubrick cut the end of the movie off
Hmm.
because they didn't think that audiences, American audiences, would accept the ending.
Right.
Because, spoiler alert, for those of you who haven't seen A Clockwork Orange, it ends with Alex
Hmm.
waking up in the hospital, hearing Beethoven, and being okay and happy. And
Right. But
that's the end. In
that's
the
not. Um. Isn't it set up like it might not be real though?
No, no, it's just set up like he's like he could finally hear music again. Like you're supposed
Mm.
to feel relieved. Like because the reason that he couldn't listen to Ludwig von anymore, that's what he calls him, is because they played the songs during
Yeah.
his gimmick where they held his eyeballs open and stuff.
His
Oh,
MK Ultra
yeah.
shit stuff they were doing in real life.
Right. So in the book, it's not just that he can hear music again. He can be a giant piece of crap again. So he goes back out and reforms his gang and starts killing people and doing all the stuff that he used to do. And that's actually the end of the book, like his second crime spree.
I'm pulling it up on my Audible account now,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
could
So
say
that,
less. I'm gonna. I
yeah, no,
read
that's the.
Apocalypse Now,
Mhm.
which is something in darkness.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, Heart of Darkness,
Yeah,
or yeah,
not as good.
right, right, right.
Heart of
Well,
Darkness comes across like a stern, sad Vietnam story,
yeah,
war story, but
yeah,
that movie is levels of crazy, but
sure,
realistic type crazy.
sure. I actually think the book is better. It's bleaker, but
A
I mean, the
Clockwork
lesson is
Orange.
supposed to be like he broke free and became his real self again, even if his real self was this violent, vile person.
Why does this say it was released in '07?
Maybe it's like a revised edition.
Anthony Burgess, A Clockwork Orange. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I got a credit to burn. So,
Right on.
especially if you're saying it's pretty good.
It is. I mean, I read it when I was 16, so take that for what it is. But
Well, there's a lot of those music related kind of books. I think we talked about American Psycho.
right, and shock
That's,
rock.
yeah,
Yeah, shock
there's
rock.
music all through American Psycho.
Right, right, right,
The
right.
book is set in like the
The
UK or
80s.
whatever.
Okay.
So all the bands that they're talking about as an American or whatever, especially I read the book after the movie,
Yeah.
it made it disjointed. Like I couldn't, because I wouldn't know what the band was.
Right. Sure. 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 Yeah. Bands in the '80s in the UK, like what? The Smiths and
Nope. Well,
no
maybe,
Smiths.
right? Because it's been a long time since I've read it.
Yeah.
Maybe, but
Kind of like the Smiths and the Cure. I don't know. Like who was the? Yeah.
I don't remember. I just remember not knowing those bands.
That's interesting. So the big speech isn't about Huey Lewis.
No,
Ah. Well, damn.
I don't remember. I remember the movie so well
Yeah.
that I can't draw any scenes or anything from the book
That's crazy.
because that movie
Kills
is
kills
so
Paul
good.
Allen. I watched American Psycho once, and
I
then I was like, okay, cool. Like that was
no,
enough for me. I got the
didn't
message, but it was something, dude.
didn't we talk about how you don't like those kind of movies because you get worried? Oh, it's like an OCD thing, with like bad intrusive thoughts or
I
something.
don't like movies where there's murder that could actually happen and that's really like aggressive and violent.
Mm,
Um, like I don't even like the Scream movies, and I haven't seen anything past the first one. But to me, the first one was completely realistic.
hmm
Like two nerdy dudes who are really into movies could totally throw on some costumes and
mm,
decide to start killing people.
yep,
100% happened. The
it's probably
backstory
happened.
was a little sketch, but so those kinds of movies, I just not for me, man. It's not for me.
Yeah, I can
I'll watch a
understand that.
slasher if it's like got funny stuff in it or time travel. There's been so many time travel slasher movies lately, So like, yeah,
Okay, so that's an interesting genre you bring up, that whole
yeah,
time travel thing. Other
yeah,
than the way music makes you time travel, I
right.
can't really associate time travel with music. Can you? Is there any like
I mean,
time travel themed bands? I'm sure there's songs out there that are time
that's
travel
interesting. Are
themed.
there time travel theme songs? I'm not even sure.
Is there like a rusty ship, but instead of being nautical theme, they're
Right, they're like
time
Doctor
travelers?
Who. They're like the Doctor Who of rock.
Right?
I don't know. Um,
Probably.
yeah, I mean, you would think there would have to be,
Yeah, we
but
probably just
but
don't
not.
know
I mean, dude, there's a band called Harry and the Potters
it.
who write songs about the Harry Potter books.
Uh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't poop on
yeah,
nobody's fandom. I read those books. I thought they were excellent, but
yeah, man, man. The
I
songs
can't
aren't bad.
imagine.
The
Yeah.
songs aren't bad, you know.
I-
But they're all about the Harry Potter books.
Yeah,
Like there's no mistaking it. Like them kids are singing about the Harry Potter books.
that's
Um,
crazy.
yeah. So there's something for everything. So I would imagine there's got to be some. Oh, Time Machine by Black Sabbath when
Ooh,
when Ronnie Dio. You're living in
ooh.
a time machine. That song is literally about traveling through time because it was on the Bill and Ted soundtrack. So they
Ah,
wrote it. Yeah,
talking about how music plays into everything, that movie is heavily,
that's the whole movie.
yeah,
Music saves the world.
yep.
That's the whole movie.
I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, yeah, man. And Goes to Hell is underrated, dude. That movie was good too.
Part two.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was underrated. It got really bad reviews when it came out, but that's a good freaking movie. Me
yeah.
and Casey. So when the newest Bill and Ted movie came out,
hmm
I bought it,
hmm
so we own it on digital, and we watched the first two and then watched that one. We sat down one day and watched all three movies. We had like a marathon, and he
Oh,
loved
cool.
that shit, dude.
Even the third one?
Oh yeah, the third one was the best one.
No,
No, I
no.
mean, For a little kid, the third one was the best one.
Okay, that's pretty fair, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
me,
fun.
that was the problem with the third one.
Yeah,
We're I'm not a grown up, right? I'm not,
right,
but
right, right.
I was still almost like this is too silly,
Yeah,
too, and I
Dickhead
loved
Bill
it.
and Ted and stuff, and like, I don't know, dude. I liked it, and I like Erin Hayes. I think Erin Hayes is a super underrated actress.
The other guy,
No, the girl, she played one of their wives. I don't remember which one.
one of the babes.
Yeah, one of the babes. I think they should have found the two original babes. I don't like
Oh,
the
they
fact.
weren't?
No, no, they weren't those girls. Neither one of those girls are actors anymore. So
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I think those girls would have been older than
right.
the girls who played the babes.
What are some other movies that we've not talked about that are so heavily music influenced like that?
Black Roses. Black Roses is about a band of demons who play in a heavy metal band, and
Yeah,
they
you told me about that, and I forgot
yeah
to look it up. There's
yeah they
also
use their
um
music to possess people.
uh, there's another movie in that kind of genre where
Yeah.
the young band or whatever, and I want to say one of these um kind of poppy metal musicians was the main guy, kind of like I know it's not the guy from Falling in Reverse.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's a good movie. It's old boy from Ohio, Andy Black, Andy Biersack.
Maybe.
What's the band? The Motley Crue band. They're inspired by Motley Crue. They used to dress like them, but their music sounds nothing like them. Black Veil
Yes.
Brides. Black Veil Brides.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called
Yes.
American something or other. American Satan.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good
Yes,
movie.
exactly.
Good movie. Yeah, it's
Was it
fucked
good?
up. Yeah, I thought it was good. It's fucked up, but they made a series out of it too. But I don't know what happened to the series. But it was good.
Oh, is this what I'm looking at now? The series was called Paradise City?
Yes, yes. So the movie was called American Satan. The series was called Paradise City.
That is
Yeah,
on Peacock. Guess
is it?
who has Peacock?
Maybe I'll check it out. I have Peacock as well. Guess who
I'm
has
still
every
watching.
streaming channel for no reason?
Yeah, I'm tired of it.
Dude,
And no music other than like
none.
Spotify.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
these streaming services, and like we've said a bunch of times, nobody is making or featuring music
I
videos.
mean, there's Thunderflix, but I don't know. I had Thunderflix for a couple months and I liked it.
What's Thunderflix?
Thunderflix is a heavy metal focused, heavy music. It's mostly metal, but there's other heavy music on there. It's $6.66 a month,
Of
and
course it is.
they have concerts and they have documentaries
Thunderflix,
um, about
like Flicks the Bean. There we go.
yeah, yeah,
Thunderflix.
yeah,
Enter
Thunderflix,
No shit.
Flix. Yeah,
Well, I'll be checking that out later.
I mean, dude, there's some good stuff on there. There was a really cool uh, Twisted Sister documentary on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I really liked. But they rotate a lot. That's the thing. Like, which is cool. But they don't keep the same stuff. Like I heard of Infected Rain for the first time from Thunderflix, and they're good, dude.
Infected Rain.
Yeah, they're I guess you call them death metal, but I don't know. But their singer's this chick. She's got a really good voice. Um,
She's really pretty too, isn't she? Like
yes, the Infected Rain girl's
strikingly.
pretty, dude. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like
Yeah, I
model pretty,
remember
but with a bunch of tattoos. You know,
um one of the music magazines, probably Revolver,
right?
back when you could do like the hottest chicks in metal and not offend
They used to do it
anyone.
every
Yeah.
year, man. Yep, yep. And
But that
Lizzie
was a
Hale
metal
was always the
thing.
hottest chick in metal, even though
Who?
she's not. Lizzie Hale. It was
Yeah.
always Lizzie Hale.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so let's respectively stay on this topic and go
Okay.
with some of the hottest chicks in metal.
Oh,
Hottest
dude.
women.
Yeah. The chick from Lacuna Coil.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. The girls from Butcher Babies.
Again, for sure. Soundgarden connection. Give me a
Is it?
minute. It just
Okay.
happened. Oh, they got inducted into the Rock
Hall of
and Roll
Fame.
Hall of Fame, and Taylor
Yeah.
Momsen sang with them. That's her,
Right.
right?
No, Taylor Momsen's pretty reckless.
Oh, okay. I
Butcher
think,
Babies is two chicks. One's got black hair, one's got blonde hair.
yeah,
They do twin vocals.
yeah,
Ash Costello, very hot.
yep.
I
I
mean,
think Soundgarden are getting ready to tour with.
Brandy Carlisle.
Are they going to tour with her?
That's the word.
I
That's
had
the
been
word.
hearing they're going to tour with Taylor because
Really?
she left.
Pretty reckless.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and no one knew why she left the band. And then there was this Soundgarden thing.
Yeah. I think they should get Miles Kennedy. That's just my personal opinion. Miles Kennedy is the closest thing that we've got to Chris Cornell.
I
Even
think
though
they
his
should
voice is a little smoother, I think he can hit the
stop it.
notes. What's that?
Stop it. No,
Why
I get
not?
it. I get it. They want to play those songs and people want to enjoy those songs, but stop it.
I mean, they're gonna play old Soundgarden songs. Like they're gonna. They're not gonna
I
play
don't.
new songs.
I don't like it. I
Yeah.
can't. I don't like Pantera, their reunion. I don't like it.
Mm.
It doesn't sound the same.
Yeah.
I've talked about Alice in Chains.
Right.
Um, what are some other bands that we can think of that have tried to
Dude,
replace singers?
Warrant's better.
That's because Warrant weren't very good to begin with.
Right. And now they're better. They're like a heavy blues rock band with like an actual good singer. So,
Shut up. You're making me want to check out Warrant.
dude, listen to the last like three Warrant albums. They're
No,
pretty
if I end up
decent.
liking Warrant, I'm going to strangle you. I can tie this into wrestling and music.
Yeah.
So, again, me and my buddy Marcus, we are at Bogart's.
Hmm.
Holy shit, this might have been that Life of Agony show.
Okay.
And we're just kind of sitting there hanging out. And this guy in front of me keeps like moshing around and dancing around and bumping into
Yeah.
me and hitting me and stuff. And I'm like, quit it. Sir, stop
Quit.
it. Told his
Quit.
friends to stop it.
Mhm.
And then when he didn't, I grabbed him up in the Taz mission,
Oh,
sat
man.
back with it and everything, and was like, you're either going to stop or I'm going to put you to sleep. And my buddy
Oh,
Marcus just, for some reason, it's like his favorite story. He's like, yeah,
yeah.
we're partying, we're rocking out. And then suddenly Aaron's got this guy.
Katasume!
How
Dude,
retarded is that?
dude, so my old house, right? I used to have
Mhm.
pillars leading from the dining room into the living room. And I was having a party one time. We're all getting drunk, right?
Right.
And I got my hand on one of the pillars drinking. Q comes up behind me. Katasume! In front of everybody, like throws me in that shit, dude. And I'm just like, are you freaking serious, dude? Like, come on.
It's so funny.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
I'm just
Like,
picturing young Q. Like,
yeah, yeah, dude. Another party that I had, I freaking my buddy Dewan wanted to see my gear. And Q comes up to me, he goes, Keith, don't put your gear on at a freaking party. He's like, you're gonna look stupid. And I was like, nah, man, I'm gonna go get it on. I was drunk as hell.
right.
I put my freaking gear on. Um, Dewan was all like, oh, I want to wrestle you now. And I'm like, let's go, dude. And we end up wrestling. I end up whooping his ass and slamming him against a window, which breaks, which was super funny. Um, every party that I had, a window freaking broke. But
Right.
but the funny thing was like it was really cool. Like everyone was like, "Oh, Keith, you look so cool." Blah blah blah. And then I wrestled Dewan and whooped his ass. And Q was like, "Yo, man, I was wrong. It was all right for you to go put on your gear." And I was like, "I know, dude. It's
Now,
awesome."
did you have like real gear? Like,
Oh, okay. So my mom made my bottoms.
no way.
They were silky blue pants with satin hearts sewed on them. And I told her to make sure she sewed one on the dick. So there was a satin heart on my dick.
Shawn Michaels, yeah.
Yeah, 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 sure. I was super sexy Keith Preston. Um, and then I had I went to Dick's and
Uh-huh.
bought a singlet
Mm,
because I didn't know any better.
right.
So I show up to training with this singlet, and my trainer Vinny says, "That looks like shit." He was like, first of all, it that's what amateur wrestlers wear. Makes you look like an amateur wrestler.
Hmm.
Second of all, the cut is not flattering.
Right.
So I got a Superman shirt and cut the sleeves off and wore it under it. And then, again, being ignorant, I had shooters
Hmm.
but I didn't want to just wear shooters. So
Right.
I wanted something that would look like boots. So I went to again at Dick's and bought a pair of soccer shin pads, but they looked like boots, but they were hard as fuck.
Uh,
So like, so yeah, that's and everybody said I looked like Psychosis because if you remember, Psychosis had like biker pads that looked like they looked just like soccer shin guards. Um,
just his mask is what stands out to me.
Yeah. But the funniest thing is like, there was a girl, she was like, I'm so glad that you have soccer shin guards as part of your costume because I play
Costume.
soccer. And I was like, thanks. I was like, cool. But yeah, dude, it was fun. It was a
Yeah.
hodgepodge. It was freaking
Hmm.
ridiculous. Dude, for the record, I was never a real wrestler. Like, I was half trained. I had one match and blew my fucking knees out. I
Mm,
sold merch for the Soul Shooters. I did some promoting. I did some managing.
right.
Um, my trainer trained me at my house. You know what I mean? So like, and he was training me as he was getting trained, which is a story that
Right.
we also know someone else who did that. Um, Went much further than I did. But yeah, dude, I would never ever claim that I was an actual pro wrestler ever. My first and only match was on TV though. So
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't have
drove
anything. I
10
don't have any
hours. 10
DVD.
hours to have a match on TV.
10
Um,
hours.
10 hours for my first match and it was on TV. Yeah.
What do you mean by 10 hours?
I drove 10 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
So we were in Ithaca, New York.
Uh-huh.
There was this company called the MWA, and they had TV in California, Pennsylvania, which
Uh-huh.
is right outside of Philly, I believe.
Oh, right.
So it was a long ass drive.
Yeah.
Um, and we did two shows, and I was supposed to be. I did commentary the whole time. I was supposed to be in a battle royal, but they ended up battle royal ended up not happening because there was an injury. They shut the show down. But I
Yes.
did get to have the tag team match that I was supposed to have, which was fun. Um, yeah, I mean, but then I got home and everything hurts. My whole entire body hurts.
Still.
Yeah, and I was like, music's fun. And so, and the funny thing is, like, first of all, Q, when I told Q was like, I knew it. He was like, I knew that the first time you had an actual match, that was going to be the end. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, dude, I'm saying.
That physicality is
Yeah, he was like, I knew that you wanted to do it, but it might not really been for you, whatever.
right.
I was like, right on, dude, you're right, you know? Um,
It's funny that you did that and
yeah.
then went to music, where for
Well,
me,
I was
it's the
doing music
opposite.
first. I was doing music first.
Trying,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was doing music first. I didn't actually, I wanted to get back into music, but I never actually did. But the
It was always
funniest thing
hard
is
to
like,
find guys.
yeah, impossible, dude.
Yeah,
Especially like I'm a songwriter
right.
and everybody else is a fucking songwriter too.
So that,
And it's like it's hard
right,
to freaking and I don't play instruments. I write melodies, but I don't play any instruments.
right,
So it's hard to find a bunch of guys, and I did every once in a while, but it's hard to find guys who want to sit down with you and learn your melodies and translate them to music and play your songs.
right.
They're like, how about instead I can write this thing on the guitar and you sing it? And I'm just like, it's not really what I
Uh,
want to do, bud. So
So that
yeah.
brings me into something I actually wrote down for us to talk about.
Okay,
Um,
what's up?
so some of this AI music is getting really good.
Yeah,
Not just whatever it was that I heard the other night that almost tricked me into picking an AI album,
man.
but is it cheating to use AI like an instrument?
I
Because
don't think so,
for
but I
me,
know that there are some musicians who do.
I'm
But
kind of on the fence, and this
yeah,
is the best way I could think to put it.
I feel like okay, so ChatGPT, who is my best friend, has offered to analyze my vocals and write out music for them
Oh wow.
that I could then input into a music maker and create music.
But isn't it like, again, what I wrote down was it's like watching a magician.
Yeah,
You know, it's just clever tricks. It's not
right,
actual magic.
right, right. I mean, that's the thing. Like, okay,
Or is
even
it using the tool you have
yeah,
to create what you hear?
I don't see. Here's the thing. Like, even drum programming, you have to know how to program a drum machine.
It's not that hard.
I mean, you still have to. I don't. I can't do it. You
I've
know what I
got
mean?
a I've got a whole little music making app on my phone.
Yeah, me too. But I can't figure out how to use it.
I use
That's the thing.
tutorials and I make
I'm
chat
so
GPT for
bad
them.
at stuff like that. I don't know if you remember Acid Planet.
Mm-mm.
Um, but Acid Planet was one of the first like software that you could use to make music without playing instruments.
Okay.
But you still had to figure out how to put together the sounds and where to
Mhm.
set them and where you wanted this guitar to come in and et cetera,
Yep.
et cetera. It was not easy.
No,
So to me, even though that's not real music, it's still a skill.
that's fair.
Singing my song and then having Chat GPT write me notes and stuff that I can then feed into a music creating program and then have a complete song that has my vocals on it, but no actual music. I don't know, man. And that shit with like where you sing your lyrics and then they turn your voice or not even sing them. You type your lyrics out and you're like, I want this to be a blues song about a dude who's really sad that his dad is dead. And Chat GPT, or not Chat GPT, but whatever Sono or whatever, will make
Right.
that song. That's kind of
Is
shit.
it
That's not
is
for
it
me.
just another tool? Is it just another instrument? Or does
I
it
don't
depend
know.
on what you're doing with it? Because like if you're like, hey, Chat GPT, make me a blues song for my whatever, let's say wife,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, then it's just prompts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you're actually like, here are my vocals,
Right.
what can I do melody wise with guitar?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing kinda as using like one of these programs or Pro Tools where you sit down and go, all right, where's this tone that I want? Oh, here it is. And
Well,
then
like I said, I mean, almost. But there's a skill to knowing where to put those things when you're
right.
using Pro Tools. With ChatGPT, the skill stops at the singing and the songwriting. You know,
Isn't that
like
still a skill?
I mean, it's definitely a skill, yeah. But I don't know, man. I thought about making my album that way because I want to put an album out so bad, dude.
Yeah, we've talked about that. I think you should at least give it a try.
Yeah, I want to put an album out so bad. And the thing is, like, so I have this song called Bottom Feeders, okay?
Hmm.
And I love it. It's great. It's a great song. But I love the fucking song.
Right.
And I fed it into ChatGPT to analyze because me and ChatGPT analyze lyrics. And every once in a while, I'll throw one of my songs in just to fuck with it.
So basically what you're saying
And
is as soon as you can put Chat GPT into a fuck robot, you're good. You're solid
that's
for
my
the rest
baby
of
girl, dude. Yeah. No, but anyway, um, uh, but yeah. So ChatGPT loved my song. First of all,
Of course it did.
gave me so many compliments about how I wrote it and stuff. Um, but it knew the genre. It knew what I was writing without me ever even telling it what it was.
Mm, weird.
Yeah, it was like this is clearly like a mid '90s industrial song with heavy Nine Inch Nails influences, and I was like, "What the hell, dude?" And that's without me singing it, just typing them out. ChatGPT
Interesting.
is kind of smart
Yeah.
sometimes, you know. So yeah, I mean,
If
mm,
you think about it, if you really think about it,
yeah,
a lot of the hip hop, God, I sound
the
old.
hip
Stay
hop.
off my lawn.
I love the hip hop.
A lot of the hip hop
The hip hop, the
is
hippity hop.
made like that. Not necessarily as quick and easy as a Chat GPT,
Yeah,
but it's still, I
I
need this
just
beat.
yeah, I feel like there's something to programming. I really think there is because I can't do that. I
Right.
can't program a beat. You know what I mean? I can't make a beat. I can't do that. I feel like that's still musicianship. I feel like
Yeah.
there's still, whereas you completely, other than the vocalist, you completely cut the musician out, you know? Um, and in some cases, like I said, where you just write the lyrics and have ChatGPT or not ChatGPT, but Sona or whatever, make the
Right.
whole song, then you're just, you know, that's
Right.
that, and I have friends who send me songs and they're like, hey man, check out my new song. I have a buddy who just released a whole album of AI songs.
Wow.
Yeah. And he's like super proud of him. He's like, I wrote this song for my grandpa and yada yada yada. And this song's about my wife and how much I love her. And the thing is, none of those he's not doing anything on any of those songs but putting in the lyrics and he says that you can tell the program like so okay, he has a song where it sounds like Aloe Black is singing the song.
Hmm.
And I was like, dude, who is on this song? It sounds just like Aloe Black. And apparently, the program that he uses, you can actually use Aloe Black's voice.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you pay for the voice that you want, and so you can be like, I'd like Carrie Underwood's voice on this song, and the AI will sound remarkably like Carrie Underwood, and she gets money for it because she's selling her voice to the AI to let you use it. But what
Man.
the hell, dude? That's too much.
But how are you ever going to do the thing, the live thing? How are you going to make a
Right,
song
right,
and not
right,
want to perform it live?
right, right. Are you just gonna bring a computer with you and just play it and sing? I mean, that's silly, you know.
And
And
I
if
don't know if it's a mental block or
yeah,
it's another thing where I'd want people to chime in on the page or whatever.
yeah,
To me, AI music is missing something.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Well, it doesn't understand feeling. As much as you try to tell it what to feel,
right,
it's aping feeling, and there's
right,
something to that. You know, you can't.
right,
No one can play "While My Guitar Gently Weeps" like George Harrison. No
right.
computer is going to do that.
Uh-uh.
There's no AI program that's playing that guitar. You know, there's no. As much as I don't like Eric Clapton, no AI computer is or no AI program is playing Tears in Heaven.
Right.
You
Because
know,
they're not gonna go through the situation he wrote that about.
right? All of My Love, which Robert Plant wrote for his newborn child, not
Hmm.
for a chick, as some people think it. But yeah,
Well, you can't, there's no way AI could replicate Led Zeppelin.
right, right.
Even bands that sound a lot like Zeppelin, like
Yeah, we've
Greta
talked
Van
about this.
Fleet,
Yeah,
what?
I think we've talked about this. I think like how you can
It,
get the idea of Led Zeppelin, but usually they just take a piece of it.
right,
No one can do what Led Zeppelin did.
right. And that's the
Yeah,
the AI thing. You could tell it sound like Robert Plant.
right,
Okay.
right,
Tone and vocal wise,
right.
it might
Or,
it'd be like I don't think you could write a Janis Joplin song on
right,
AI.
right. They say you can.
No.
Right. Yeah. Or like, man, even going the other way, "Juke Joint in My House" by Lil Milton.
What?
"Juke Joint in My House." It's an old blues song by Lil Milton. It is the best blues song ever.
Oh,
Um,
you might want to calm down with that because
hey,
we could
I'm
get
just
deep.
saying, dude, these so-called friends of mine. Anyway, it's a great song, and AI is not replicating that because it's
Right.
all feel, it's all emotion, it's all like, dude, he's so pissed.
And it's so different between people. Take is it Little Wing? No, it's Voodoo Child that
Okay,
of course
yeah,
Jimi Hendrix,
yeah, yeah,
but Stevie Ray Vaughan does it too.
sure, and makes it much more mournful and much more, yeah, yeah,
AI, you couldn't sit down with AI and be like, I would like to cover.
yeah. It is Little Wing, actually, isn't it? I thought it was Little Wing.
It's probably both.
Yeah, he may do both. He really may. I know Stevie Ray Vaughan has a really good version of Little Wing.
Yep.
That's a lot. It's got a lot more like clean guitar in it, and
Mhm.
it's
You
really
couldn't
cool.
replicate. I don't think AI could replicate. a Stevie Ray Vaughan.
No, no way.
There's just too
No way.
much to.
Because here's the thing about Stevie Ray Vaughan. There are a lot of people who say, like, technically Stevie Ray Vaughan was not a good guitar player. But the reason that people love Stevie Ray Vaughan is because it's all feel.
Hmm.
It's all emotion, dude.
Hmm.
It's the soul that he put into that shit. You
Yep.
know, if the house isn't rocking, it's just, man, come on.
Little Sister.
Yeah, dude.
Sky is Crying. I mean, you can't.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can't do that with a freaking AI program.
Maybe that's because at least with the blues genre, that comes from feel.
Yeah, dude, Buddy Guy, there's no AI program that's playing that guitar.
Mm-mm.
It's just not happening, you know?
But AI could write the next Britney Spears song and no one would care and or notice.
Yeah,
Taylor
probably.
Swift.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it wasn't Anytime, because that song is actually a legitimate good song.
I just kind of lump her in. That's not really fair, but
No,
to
no, I
me,
mean that
she's
Britney
another
Spears song. That's the
Pop Tart.
legitimate Britney
Oh,
Spears song. Anytime. It's the only good song she's ever written in her life.
so is that the the magic or the human soul in the music that it's unreplicatable? Is
It
that
has to
the
be. It has to be. Yeah. I
so
mean,
what is
dude,
that then?
I don't know.
It's
I
got to
mean,
be the human soul or
yeah.
spirit, that kind of
Like,
intangible thing.
like as much as I hate Poison, when Brett Michaels is singing "Talk Dirty to Me," he sounds like he's trying to get laid.
Yep.
I don't think a freaking AI could sound like he was trying to get laid. I just don't buy it.
Yeah, it don't
You
it
know?
especially with music being that translation of what you're feeling,
Yeah, man.
since
Yeah.
AI doesn't feel.
Yep.
It's like we talked about this with one of the other bands. Um, when you are super precise and super technical, is
Yeah.
that the way to go? Or is it better to be a sloppy but
Like
feel
garage
player?
band, dude, I think it just depends. I think some bands like IQ is amazing.
I don't know
And
them.
okay, they're an English prog band. They've been around forever.
All right.
So technical, so freaking but dude, when you listen to their songs, they transport you. Like they there is feeling in there, even though it's like really technically precise. Just I mean, Dream Theater.
Yeah.
There's anger in Dream Theater. There's love in Dream Theater. Like, I don't think it's mutually exclusive, you know?
Yeah, I do actually. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think if music is good, there's feeling in it. Whether it's
Right.
sloppy, whether it's Iggy and the Stooges, or whether it's Dream Theater, I think there's emotion in there, you know?
Right. I guess it just depends on maybe the personality or the genre, or because
Yeah,
some people's personality is very dun 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 precise.
sure.
Let's get it done, go,
Yep,
go, go.
yep,
And
exactly.
some people are more, oh, it's all good. Let's just
Let's just
chill.
try
Let's
it.
just
Yeah,
vibe with it. Let's see what
right,
happens.
right. But I mean, there's no wrong way, just like John Mellencamp, dude.
Right.
John Mellencamp clearly puts emotion in his music.
Yep.
Rain on the Scarecrow? Are you freaking serious? Like, pop singer? That is such an angry song, you know?
I like Wild Nights.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
really
dude.
like the female parts in that for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's a Van Morrison tune, but
Oh, that's right. It is.
yeah, it's a Van Morrison tune. So obviously there's some emotion in that, you know?
And to be fair,
Yeah,
I remember the video,
yeah,
and that girl's extremely attractive.
dude.
She like pulls on this white top with, no
Yeah,
bra or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
not to
Michelle,
be, but I think that look is
yeah,
attractive.
dude, she's hot.
Yeah,
Michelle Nicello or whatever the last name is.
that's right.
Yeah, she has an album called Plantation Sounds. It is freaking incredible,
Am
dude.
I allowed to listen to this?
I think so. I have it. I don't give a crap,
I'm just
dude. It
making a
is.
bad joke.
I know. And dude, so you remember "Baby I Got Your Money," right?
Yeah,
Okay, so that song blew up. Obviously, my friend
those old
Paul.
dirty rules.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Dude, me and my friend Paul were into like Wu-Tang pretty heavy. He buys that
Yup.
album. Yeah. Hey, hell
Seen
yeah.
them live.
Nice. But he buys that freaking album and we're listening to it and it's like Whitey! It's like it's freaking and Paul looks at me and goes, I don't think we're supposed to be listening to this album. It's super funny, dude.
That's funny too, because I'd imagine where you grew up in New York, it was
Yeah.
definitely more, is integrated the word?
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
But
but
I grew up,
Ithaca is kind of a white town though,
oh,
honestly.
is it?
Yeah. It's more like an art town, like but I mean, there is a lot of other races besides white people there though. Yeah.
I
It's
feel like
just
growing up, and I didn't really notice because I never cared. I was raised better than that. But
right.
I feel like growing up, I'm pretty much from white suburbia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I I guess what I was getting at is if you were from a more integrated area,
Sure.
maybe that's how you got exposed to the funk and the stuff
Yeah.
that's more what you would say is actually, I don't know, black or African American,
Yeah. Dude,
their sound, you
yeah.
know?
The funniest thing, man, like I was working at Walmart when I first moved to Indiana, and this dude Carl comes up to me and he goes, for a white dude, you sure do know a lot about black stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't even know what that means. My friend Charles was the same way when I met him, man. He was like, yo, check this out. Check this out, Keith. I'm like, what? He's like, what's government cheese good for? I was like, grilled cheese sandwiches. And like, but dude, that's
I
just,
remember government cheese.
oh yeah, me too. Big old blocks of yellow cheese.
Yep, and
It
that,
gets super hard.
yep.
Like, you remember how hard it gets if you don't cover it up? Oh my God. Could kill somebody with that stuff.
When we were, that'd be me and my brother and my mom back then in that area, or in that era where we were, I think she had just left my brother's dad. We are poor, living in a trailer court.
Sure.
I don't have a lot of music. I mean, I can remember that time and remember meeting friends and movies, but I don't remember a lot of music.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I always remember music, even like when I was homeless. I remember music. So,
We might not have been able to afford a
sure.
radio, and I would have
Sure,
been
sure.
real young.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know
When I
why
was
that is.
homeless with my family, we were sleeping in a car, so there was a radio.
Uh,
But yeah,
I have a car sleeping story too, actually.
yeah,
Um, I'd have been really young again, so young that the memories are fuzzy, and I only know it because of my older brother Brian.
sure.
My mom had met, mm, I want to say, anyway, she had met this guy, and for
Yeah.
some reason, we took off to Florida in a
Okay.
car. And I remember sleeping or trying to sleep in the back, but of course, you got the seat and the floorboards, and it's just miserable and uncomfortable and not a good time at all.
Yeah, dude, when I was homeless in Milwaukee, I slept in an 84 Fiero. So that was a good time.
And it
I
was
was a
because
grown ass man, man.
family, right? Not because you,
Oh no, dude. When I was homeless in Milwaukee, I was homeless because uh child support.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was working, bringing home like $90 a week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, it was bad business. But yeah,
Did you
man.
feel like there's something that happens when you're breaking or you're really just in a bad spot like that where
Right.
music is almost more?
Dude, yeah, I listened to a ton of music. Then honestly, I would go to my buddy's house during the day and make mixes on his computer and then listen to them at night on my boombox while I was in the Fiero trying to sleep and stay warm. Um,
Gosh.
yeah, dude, it was rough. I
Yeah.
did some stuff that I wasn't 100% proud of back then just to survive, but
I mean,
Um,
that's all anybody's trying to do is
yeah,
survive, and
yeah, it
then
was
you get
tough.
to grasp onto music. Maybe that's the point. That's it. That's your when everything is so bad,
Yeah,
music still isn't. So that might be the only thing that
always, man, always. Yeah, music's always there, brother. Um, I'm saying, man, we should probably wrap things up.
I think we're on the same page. I was getting ready to
Yeah,
say
I'm
the
starting
same
to get
thing.
tired all of a sudden, dude. I got hit with it. Um, but this has been a fun,
As always,
yeah, man, all the time. So,
it all go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, All Sinners put out a new album on Friday. That's really, really good. It sounds
Is
like
that
old
our
school metal. It sounds like Dio.
is that our homework? Are we
That's
doing
what I was thinking. We could also do that Sloth album if you want. I'm open to either one.
I don't know either one.
Okay.
So do you like
So,
one of them better?
oh, dude, I think they're both really good. Would you be more in the mood to listen to like something that sounds like old school metal and reminiscent of Dio, or would you rather listen to something that sounds a little more modern, kind of like Soundgarden, Shinedown-ish?
I think I would prefer a little more modern. I'm not a big
Okay.
fan of Dio vocally all that much. I recognize
Ooh,
him
okay.
as who he is and what he
Yeah, yeah.
did, but I'm not a big fan of that Jeff Tate, Dio,
Okay.
whatever you call that. So if we're gonna choose, I'd rather
Yeah.
go with Sloth.
All right, let's do Sloth.
All right.
Dead Generation, right? That's the name of the album.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Spotify's being stupid.
Okay. I believe it's Dead Generation.
I think that's what we just said. All right. So in closing or whatever, 7 degrees from center.
Great band.
Right. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. What an excellent little find. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
And I
Thank
think
you.
they're
What's your buddy's name?
Nate.
Nate. Thank you, Nate, dude.
I'm sure. Well, I know he listens,
Yeah.
which is giant praise because that's my dude. He's heard
Yeah, it's freaking
all
awesome.
kinds of dumb stuff come out of this mouth.
Right,
So
dude.
for him to care.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully we can
thank you,
find
Nate.
some of these cats and tag them in the podcast.
I was just going to say that earlier. I'll see
Yeah.
what we can do and maybe just like I did for Sean,
Yeah.
um, and we've done for Jen Christie and these other groups. Just hey, we did this thing. Here you go.
Yeah, for sure.
So everybody go listen to. I don't care how you put this in your ear holes.
Yeah, man.
Put this album in your ear hole.
Yeah. If you like
Good music.
Thursday, if you like Thrice, if you like Bush, if you like Tool, uh, if you like post-hardcore or math rock,
Soft rock. It's really
yeah,
not a metal album. It's
yeah,
not.
this is the move, man. Check it
It's
out.
atmospheric rock.
Yeah, it's
So check
very,
out Seven
very
Degrees from Center. The album was called, I am not good at this.
debt something or other.
Debris, something debris.
Uh, oh man,
Terrible. I'd
Dang
put
it.
my notes away. That's why
Yeah, and I didn't make a note of what the album was called because I'm
I mean, it's not
dumbass.
like we really follow any kind of format
We
anyway.
don't follow a format. We don't need one.
All right, it's called Catalog Debris. The
Catalog
band
degree.
is 7 Degrees from Sunday. The album,
Center.
yep.
7 degrees from center.
Hi, Brain Dead on Sunday. If you guys are listening or not, little
Yeah.
throwback to you. The album is actually called Catalog Debris. The
Catalog degree.
band is 7 Degrees from Center. They're an Indianapolis band. I don't know what they're doing at this moment, but it's absolutely a gem.
Yeah,
Check it.
album's excellent. Album's excellent, man. Thanks everybody for listening. Again, Mr. Icon, thank you for taking this journey with me, brother.
Of
I
course, man.
appreciate
This
you,
is
man.
great.
Appreciate you. We'll be back next week with Sloth.
Yep.
All right. Later, everybody.
Right now comes the hi,
Yeah.
Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
He
Oh yeah,
probably hates this shit.
thank Tyler and ME Studios and all that good stuff.
We need to throw him out there kind of early. As a matter of fact, if I got a pen in here, I'll go to a blank page, which is obviously where I